Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wraithe here on Roll for Chaos. Oh, it has been so long, so short, and yet so long. It always feels like a great deal of time has passed between any of these games when we play them. And we just came back from a pretty big break from Season 1 to Season 2. I mean, can't wait for the next ones to start. To see all these lovely individuals, these amazing people I get to share my time with once a week and online on occasion. So I want to say first off, thank you for being here, and thank you, audience, for being here as well to witness all the crazy things that these individuals put each other and me through. We're gonna go around the table today. We're gonna say our hellos, and we're going to say, what is one favorable memory your character has of something in the past when they were young? Give us that. The very first person going today is going to be Strat and Nohu. What is one memory that Nohu has that they like from when they were a teeny one?
Hello, everybody. I'm Strasbourg playing as Nohu, the great adventurer, Kotkin Tinkerer on the side. And there's been so much happening to Nohu, but there's always the comforting memory of the time when he uh, traveled along the space with a band of ne'er-do-well pirates, and he was something like the deckhand of a group of the group and just doing the best. And I mean, people called him Carrot at the time, but then when he saw himself from the future, not the future, that was also a different part of Ohu, but knowing that he could be all of that just gave him the courage to move on and just become what he was now in the present, which will be his future.
Right. Interesting that the way the weave kind of comes together to create this cartoonish tapestry. And we'll move on from there, and we'll go counterclockwise this time. Aiden, Steven, what is a memory from Aiden's past when he was about a wee lad that he enjoyed?
Well, one of his best memories. Hi, I'm Steven. I'll tell you. Is actually just spending time with his parents, going on a camping trip in the mountains and getting away from the city. And it is a great memory for him because it's one of the only ones he has before all of this bullshit happened to him. And just being there with his parents still around, himself, and sitting by a fire, having a good time, listening to the wilderness and trying to identify the animals by the sounds they make.
Listening to the wilderness, sitting in the woods, enjoying time with family. Where is that version of Aiden disappeared to?
Dead long time.
Now, so you're aware, Eldevian Devil, half of your face is disappearing because of your green light. If you want to change the color, that
well, maybe I just want to vanish.
You could just
symbolic.
be half gone.
He's trying to show how he's fading in and out of Abraxas versus it. This is his
The
internal
darkness.
conflict.
Yeah, like
You're saying that's your
Wow.
costume? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, does this work
yeah,
too?
he thought
No,
about
it's
it
not
that
working.
in depth. Come on, let him do it.
Amazing.
Wow,
Totally
he
meant
like
to
brought
be.
a whole new level, and he's like, error. How do you know it's
Whatever.
on purpose?
You can't
Yeah.
see art, Ty. It's art.
And,
Right.
okay.
An artist's objective.
So, speaking of error, we move on to Era. And Rob, what is a memory that you have of your youth that you enjoyed?
Well, I'm Robbie Rolling. I do things sometimes, but so that's a great question. Era's memory, the farther we get back, the really hazier, and the further forward we go, it all gets pretty hazy. I would say the furthest back Era can remember is like a couple years ago. Like he doesn't have like amnesia, like he knows what he knows, but like as far as concrete long-term memories, like matter of years, maybe like five-ish years ago. Everything else is kind of just muddled. So 5 years ago, he had a really good scone.
A really
Thinks about
good
that scone a lot.
scone. I mean,
Yeah.
something that lasts a lifetime in your memory and it's food. I mean, that's a good scone.
Yeah.
I remember some scones in my life, in
Right?
Shannon. I can understand.
There was one that I had a long time ago. It was like one of those orange pecan scones it stuck with me. I could see it.
The person who's going to get introduced after me actually makes some very good scones. So
Hmm.
All right, moving from there to Anna and Birch. Birch, we don't even know how old you are. What's from your youth?
I was gonna just bounce off of what Rob said. Era might not have amnesia, but Birch does. So she's got nothing. She just continues. She has both retro and interrograde amnesia, where it's just kind of like a goldfish situation.
Well, I
she
mean,
got
her
nothing.
favorite memory from her youth would be within the moments that she met this crew somewhere, right?
yeah, like
She
her-
really enjoyed her flower nap. That was
her
happening.
her
there. That
earliest
was a good
memory of
time.
being in a box of produce.
Honestly, a box of flowers was a great time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also do make very good scones. I made some strawberry scones that were pretty delicious.
Sounds lovely.
What about
Also,
like
mixed
joining the
berry
sparrows
scones.
5
Mixed-
minutes after your existence?
No, plants beat that. Plants.
Fine.
All right, and moving on from there to Nova. Glitz.
I'm Glitz Nova. I mean, you kind of told us to introduce ourselves, but then you also introduced us, so it seems redundant.
It's
but
habitual
I
more than
trust
anything
you.
else.
Spoiler alerts.
Right? Surprise! Yeah. So back in the day, poor Nova grew up kind of all by herself because her mama had to do politicking and she was just hanging around and she was all elfy, so like didn't really do a whole lot. But one time she found a gopher that had gotten its leg caught in a snare, and it had like patches of fur that were all messed up, and it was not like and it was not an attractive gopher. And her mom told her that she couldn't keep it, to which she obviously thought, well, she wants me to keep it, right? So she went ahead and Nova bandaged it up and put it under her bed in a box, and they became fast friends. And it passed away a couple years later, but that was her first friend was Goofy the gopher. And
I can't tell what's Nova and what's actually Shannon, because I feel like Shannon would also rescue a gopher and keep it under your bed, and name it Goofy.
I mean,
there may very well be a lot of Shannon and Nova, but yeah. Well, but I
Can-
never had a gopher. We didn't live where there were gophers. But maybe a rock
But
chuck or
if
two
you
here or there.
could, you would. We
Oh
we know
yeah,
this.
no, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I'll be friends with anything that'll be my friend.
She literally will, even if it's rabid.
Well,
As
It's hard
long
to be
as
friends
it's
with a rabbit. That's not its
a
fault.
friendly
It's an
rabbit
organic brain trauma. It's not its fault.
All right, moving on from there to speaking of rabid friends to Cal Ronan.
I mean, does literally Cal have a happy memory every single time? Cal almost had a happy memory. There was this one creep with a cape appearing from the sidelines and trying to figure out a way to ruin it. Who knows who that keep is? But right, that was the lore of him, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, for example, he does remember this one time when it, like for the first time ever, his dad managed to find time from his work and take him to a vacation with his mom. Like, oh my God, finally, we're spending time as a family, and then they got torn to shreds by some evil plot by this one creep with a cap with a little hat. I guess one happy memory though was when that crazy pirate who has guns named after him
Harkins.
invited him to his pirate crew. That was kind of cool. He like finally had a meaning, and he's like, oh, yeah, I guess I get to make a name for myself, and I get to be a dick and like put the middle finger to society. I'll take it. And then met Mariel, who was like his best friend. So like that's cool.
Well, there you go. Some
See, why you
youthful
call me
memories.
out on
I
my
don't think
gopher,
that
but
he's
don't
wrong
call
for that.
Sanan out on the willingness to like say fuck you to society and go be a pirate if he had the opportunity.
Because he
Why?
knows.
He knows?
He knows the judgment is already there.
Oh, okay. Implied judgment. I got it.
Judgment on what? We're judging pirates now. We're all pirates. What the fuck?
Every one
No,
of you
no.
is a
No,
pirate.
it's different.
Just know that you, Sanan, would go join a pirate crew
Yeah, 100%.
if you were presented with the opportunity in
Oh
real
yeah,
life.
of course. Why not? It's great.
Thank you very
Might
much
make
for the
some,
sub,
difference.
Camper, by the way. We appreciate that. And thanks for showing up. Nice to see you out there in the audience. Last time on this game, we had the crew all imbibe in some chemical agent that made it so that they didn't sweat and lose all of their moisture on this horrible, horrible planet. Merritt, unfortunately, the security chief for the Zephyr, had his bones kind of turned to gelatin, but those are starting to solidify at this point. And they made their way inside of a facility deep underneath the ground of Zither, a planet that is so close to the twin stars, the sun's there in this solar system, that it is slowly melting at the surface level. Volcanic activity, earthquakes, instability is a pretty common thing. And over the course of the next 1,000 years or so, the planet will probably get drawn right into that gravity well of the sun and destroyed. But on this world, there is a very ancient civilization that once lived here that left behind some ruins, some of which, even after all of this time, still have functioning equipment within, telling that they happen to have had an incredibly advanced civilization, but, it's still something that's easy enough for Nohu to break. So, at this point in time, they turned back on some solar paneling. Era and Nohu found a little elevator of their own that collapsed under its use. And they happened to make their way down to a difficult-to-breathe-in chamber filled with a miasma that was thick enough to block some light and maybe, use as a sandwich. Very heavy air, that's all I'm saying. And then from where they were standing and walking around, they ran into some sort of mindless beast that was trying to murder them. Whereas up above, everybody else had already fought off some guardian robots. They triggered some alarms and awoke from their ancient slumber, and had now been trying to figure out what to do next. Not able to reach out and find Nohu and Era, the rest of the facility was waiting. Knowing that her mother, and the surrogate mother, I guess, of Cal Ronan, was deep within here somewhere, most likely, the search was on to continue trying to find one Alice McCree, ex-Archon of the university. And when we left off, it was with Cal Ronan going. So we shall bring back the maps real quick. Believe that's this one. Bring back the maps! And we will continue back at the same initiative we had left off with before. Anybody's scene level abilities or anything like that have all faded, and Merritt, standing there, starts stretching and twisting his shoulders and his legs, feeling a bit worn out. And we shall now change to a position where the audience can see our map as well. Cal, you are there within this temple. You've just finished fighting those robots which are laying upon the floor. Very hard materials they are made out of. We're dulling the blades that you happened to try to swing at it earlier. And you ended up having your sword split right down the blade edge near the hilt when attacked.
I fucking love that sword. God damn it, them damn robots! Oh, actually, I kicked it and now my foot hurts.
Yeah.
Ow.
You punched it, and your knuckles hurt in your fist as you leapt across the distance and just bang. So,
Merritt, do you think we can fix this?
Fix the machine, the automaton?
No, the sword. Who gives a fuck about a automaton?
Well, I'm certain
actually, they
we
could make good enemies. Soldiers.
Guys, maybe we look at repairs later when we,
Merritt puts his sword back in its sheath and then walks over to you. Give me the hilt.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that was a gift from my pirate mama, so we'll kind of feel connected to it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Do you want to borrow my sword? I have a sword. I have a one-handed curved blade sword with +3 parry.
I think Merritt's doing his
right now?
magic.
Do we have time? Let's go. Okay.
I don't know if I can fix it at this point with the amount of damage that you have caused, but I can repair it later. You see him pull a few pins. You see him pull a few pins from the hilt, and then he pulls out the tang, which is down below the base of it. All we need to do is weld this back onto the blade, and then we could reinsert it as long as it's carefully done. We don't have the equipment here right now, but I can collect this and take it back to the ship after we return, unless we find something down below, like a forge.
All right, I guess I'll use my pistols then. Yeesh. What's good as a sword if you can't chop up on automatons? God damn it, this is sci-fi world. Come on.
So he walks over, grabs a hold of your blade, and then puts it into his bag very carefully after wrapping it with some cloth. Birch, you're standing there as well as Aiden. Aiden, you have come out of a side room. You had been in the group before and disappeared at the sign of combat because you had heard voices whispering to you from the beyond. Your friend seemed to draw you off to the side where you have gone, and you have returned, and you can't remember what happened.
What? Do you know what happened? Do you know where I was?
You speaking to Abraxas? You have to pull out the
Yes.
mirror to speak to Abraxas now.
Oh, fine. I pull out my mirror
All right.
and I ask,
It's a little kid.
"What the fuck?"
Something had
Paul's
you in
over
its
here
grasp.
playing with his sword.
That's all.
Aiden's talking to himself.
His visage standing there. He's filing his nails and leaning against a shadowy tree in the background. He twists his horned head before telling you basically that something controlled you for a moment, and he let it.
You know, I really can't wait till I snuff you out. I have to go help my friends now.
Yes,
Enjoy your
you are
nails.
So capable by yourself.
You snap the box shut. You hear him just kind of sigh on the inside.
Fuck you, little.
So Aiden walks over to you, having been gone during this combat. Nobody knows where he went, but you see him talk to his box for a second, and then
And so,
step over.
fuck you, little man.
Yep.
It's no longer a crack. It's now talking to my box. Okay, that's great, Tyson. It's great.
Oh, you back? You been scouting ahead or something?
I don't know. Honestly, I really have no idea where
You
I
get
was.
used to it.
What?
It just happens. I mean, just not knowing things. You get used to it.
Oh, joy. I really hope that I just
Tired
forget
excuses. I
everything.
don't remember most things that happened 10 minutes ago.
Nohu and Era are not here, and I know it's really fun to talk to our boxes and fix our swords and get together about how you don't know stuff, but maybe we should probably head in a direction to see if we can find them, because they disappeared into an elevator shaft hole, and it's probably not any better down in the depths of this place than it is right here, and they're
Well,
tiny.
Why didn't you tell me that first? Let's go.
I mean, that's fair and all, but that Nohu character, nothing has killed him so far. So at this point, if something kills him, that's
It's
I
not
want to meet
so
that thing. That's crazy. That seems like an event.
I'm also pretty sure Era is just made of future, so I feel like he'd be fine.
Okay, so you guys aren't worried about the small, tiny folks. You know what? I am.
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and just, humor me and go try to
I'm just trying to think positively. I'm worried, of course. Let's go.
All right. So in this case, the first one to act is going to be Birch at this moment. Do you want to wait for everybody else to head down the hall, or are you going to go first? Where are you headed?
I was told to go, and I am nothing if not a team player, so I'm gonna head down the hall.
All right. So go ahead and give me your movements. Pull yourself as far as you can move in 2 movements.
6. Oh, that's 4, 5, 6. There you go.
All right. There we are. So you start heading down the hall. You can see another one of those archways, followed by another one inside of a small room. In front of this archway, there actually is a doorway or something with a couple of tiny windows in it, looking into this other chamber. But it does appear to be closed. So when you get closer to it, you can work on that. You can move twice though, so you have another 6 you can travel.
Get closer to. Cool.
Okay. You step over closer and closer to it, and you see that the hallway terminates in a solid metal door. As you look through the little windows, it's also closed on the opposite side. There are some sort of scratchings and chalk seen next to a panel on the inside door.
Can I read it?
What's that?
Can I read it?
You'll
Is it
have
like
to roll aware
language?
from this angle, because you're kind of peeking from the side. You haven't gotten close enough to the door to look through the window.
11.
With an 11, all you can see is that it has writing. Something to do with the... You see the one-word worlds somewhere? You see a bunch of images on the interior door. You can't tell what they are from this distance. So we'll go now, as the others start walking down the hall after her, to Era, as it is going to be your turn next. Give me a second as we bring up the other map. There it is. All right, the map is trying to come up. Just took a second. All right, here we go. Here we go. Shared with everybody, and we should be able to see party vision, visibility, party vision. You should be able to see the two of them, correct?
I see us.
You see you, and then of course, right behind you is a giant creature in the hall.
Oh, we did forget about that.
Oh, charming.
Oh, it disappeared.
Yeah,
I hate
Steven,
it when I do that. Where is it at? There it is. Okay, come back here, Chimera. Get out here. There we go. Now it's in the hallway. And you saw that it had tucked its legs and started peeling its way down the hallway after you, even though it was so large. So, Era, you're up.
How is it? Is it just kind of like scooching?
Yeah, it's got spider-like legs, and it's got longer than usual arms that are kind of club-fingered and with heavy claws on them. So it just kind of climbs up through there. One leg will stick onto a wall in one direction, another one will stick to another wall in the opposite direction, and it starts squeezing through the tunnel.
I hope y'all like the movie Home Alone. I would like to cover the walls kind of behind us. I have a bunch of oil in my bag, and I want to just make the sides of the hallway just super slippery and oily.
All right, so what kind of oil are you talking about here? Just have oil, just standard flammable cooking and machine oils.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me give me your approach. How do you want to try to apply this? This thing is happening very fast. You can try to do it safely, carefully. You could try to do it quickly and in as much of a rush as you can.
We're
so you keep
going
running.
more for the speed.
Okay,
we're going for speed.
So we're
here.
gonna use an agile on this, and if you don't roll high enough, it'll be either bad or it will take you longer to apply than you might want.
Of course.
That is a
12.
12. With a 12, you can either give it a poor job, or you can use one standard action in applying it and still use your other one.
I'll do a full standard action to do it.
All right. So everybody knows I haven't provided you your one episode ace yet, so make sure you've added that to your sheet.
Yes, please.
Are 12 aces for this? All right.
One.
Thank you.
One ace per episode.
Oh, 12. Oh, great.
One.
11. Okay, got it.
One, hun.
One extra ace, right? So, you know.
100. Got it.
And then,
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then I'm actually going to hold and use my second action when it gets to the oil. So
Okay, so you splatter some oil very quickly across either side and try to cover it with enough that maybe this thing won't be able to grab onto the walls and chase after you so much. Nohu,
yes,
you are up. You just sprinted down this hallway with this thing chasing after you, scratching and clawing and tearing divots in the stone.
All right, time for a good chase scene. Is there enough space to be moving about while flying?
No. The hallway itself is only about 6 feet across and about 7 feet, 8 feet tall, right in between there. So your wingspan is too wide to stretch it all the way in here.
All right, then I'll have to use my normal movement.
Yes,
Or-
unless you get clever.
What if I do a barrel roll? No, that won't work over here. I'll start with a normal movement.
Yes.
I see. All the way down. Well, this will finish my first action of movement. Left and right. Oh, why not? I'll go over, look at our Era, and come on, get a move on. He's going to be close very soon.
it's not a worm, but I agree. I'll be right behind you.
That's the exciting part. Yeah, and I'll do a second move over to here.
All right. Rushing up the hall as quickly as you can, you realize that this is a long hallway. The miasma that's still floating within the air, still kind of causing things to get blurry and difficult to see. Sometimes you're having to blink your eyes as a coating seems to cover them. And the more you go in this direction, you swear it's becoming a little more flavorful, if that makes sense to you.
Not to me, but I'm sure that to know who it's all perfectly clear.
Era, where you're at, the creature rushes towards you, growling and rasping, making horrible, horrible screeching robot noises that don't sound good to anybody's ears. And then it rushes up the tunnel, and then I'll have it make a roll to see if it's able to get past this slippery substance or if it finds itself temporarily trapped.
As it does, I would also like to I'm going to use my Cobber ability of Happy-Go-Lucky, and I'm going to have it. I'm going to try to use Aether to entangle it. If it fails a resistance roll.
Okay. What kind of entanglement are you using? Since it's usually related
So-
to your
So
aspect.
for time, I imagine how it is basically like half of its like legs are moving slower, like at half speed, and the other half are moving at double speed. And so it's just like this weird like like one of those like video game NPCs that gets stuck in a wall and just starts like vibrating up it. And so it just can't quite grok it.
That makes sense. So you're using a temporal field to kind of cause it to
Yeah.
be slow fast in ways that make it impossible to move appropriately. All right, so give me your magical roll as you attack.
Great. And then if I'm understanding, if this works, it's a roll target of 14 after this to get out of
To
it.
break out if it's successful, and for every round that they keep trying. So you got a 14. The opponent got a 16 to resist you. No, that is a
Well-
14. But as it is a nemesis, you both have to reroll.
Mm.
It only
Okay,
has plus
okay.
4 resistance.
Okay, I'll take that.
So the second roll, it gets an 18 that time.
I would.
So you're 14.
I'm going to guide my hand.
All right,
'Cause
so
I really would like this to work.
you feel yourself.
This isn't the
speaking-
worm. This is the one we don't have to worry about, right? Like this works, right?
Yeah, this is the
Right?
time. This is the one where you were supposed. No, you got to aim a little bit to the left this time.
Oh, it's always to the left.
And you get a 22 that time, causing this thing's legs to become entangled,
Whew.
slowing it down. That is your action, so that did put you in a position where it wasn't able to get to you yet. As it is just struggling against this, the enemy has lost its turn while entangled. You can see it stuck in the hallway, just kind of little scratches and scritches, not quite being affected by the oil, as you notice that the clawed ends on this are carving into the stone, and then the oil doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Fair.
But your magical effect seems to have worked. You know, redundancies are a good thing. You know, you had a couple
Wow,
of plans
the
at
oil
once.
was such a good call.
And now we return.
I never know which is the successful one. So
We
you
return
gotta-
upstairs to the other crew. Nova, you are up next. You have seen Birch moving down the hall there. And did you follow immediately after Birch?
Yeah, I think once I see her just going, I'm going to just go ahead as well.
Okay.
Like, oh wait,
So you can go ahead and use your move twice and see how far you get. In the meantime, since you two are walking pretty close together, you can have a conversation if you'd like.
oh. So, how did you end up in a box of flowers? Vegetables? Produce?
That's a great question. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep and then I just ended up there. That's more of an educated guess than anything.
That makes sense. What are you exactly? Is she eternal or eternal adjacent or anything that I can see?
She is
No, kind of just
she
looks
looks
very-
like a human that's half plant. That's what she looks like.
So, was your mother or your father a plant?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh.
The whole me talking, saying that I really do not, that is genuine. I have very little clue what is going on. But I'm here, so we're just gonna keep going, is really just how it works.
You know what? I respect that. I just recently had a situation where my memory was all wonky and was having some like problems. So I am here for you. And if you need anything, just like let me know. If you need like food or to be watered or anything. Like we will,
It is
just
very hot on this planet.
it is
Really hot.
very hot. Are you okay? Are you staying damp? Like pokes at you a little bit.
Don't know. Am I staying damp?
I don't know.
No, you're starting to wilt a little bit.
No!
Oh, no, not a wilted
Just
flower.
put some water on me. I think I'll be.
Yeah, I was just wondering, can I just
You take
Like
out
with my
some water
canteen?
and you flick it at her. You see it turn into steam immediately. It's
Oh,
in the air.
oh.
Kind of like when you throw water into the cold air and it turns into
That
frost.
doesn't usually. That's not usually.
Oh,
a good thing.
no.
I don't think that's gonna really happen.
You can't enter darkest selves. We have the wrong. While you have this conversation,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix our
I'll turn into my
redemption
darkest
streak.
self. I don't know what that is for Birch, but I'll do it.
Birch is
Yeah.
darkest self.
We
It was
can
for
do this.
Nohu though, so
The cat. The
That
that
cactus.
Yes.
scares me. Ah!
We
His
see
darkest
Nohu
self
grow.
is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's just Nohu.
He
But
like
also,
puts a tie on, tries
I
to
also
start.
point
A
out the
goatee
scribble
just
writing
grows.
to Nova because I can't read it. It's scribble writing, but I got nothing. And is there still a genuine amount of concern that the first one we didn't walk through wasn't a scanny thing, but like any other one, I feel like could be a scanny thing.
That's right, because the original one that we walked through was a broken scanning thingy.
But I mean, I don't know. Seeing as we did open up the plants upstairs, I feel like maybe something got powered, and maybe perhaps we turn them on.
So as you have moved closer to this door, Nova, please give me an aware roll if you would like to see what you can see. Do you want to focus on the exterior door in front of you, or the one that has the chalk marks inside the room?
Well, wait. We're in a hallway looking at a door. So in this hallway, there's chalk writing.
In this hallway, right in front of you, is a metal door with windows on it that you can see through. On the other side of it is another metal door at the other arch that has chalk writing on it.
I feel like this looks like a container just closed.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a like the air, the thing.
Airlock?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Aiden. I will read. I mean, if I have a choice between the two, I guess I'll read whichever my eyes peer on first. I think I would peek through the window, so I guess the window
Alright,
on the other
so
side of the window. I think
you
'cause
walk
the
to the
first thing
window.
she would look at.
It doesn't necessarily make sense, since all of you are kind of going at the same time and you're not in combat, to continue with this per turn thing for your group at the moment. So I'm going to say that Cal, Aiden, and Merritt can all start moving as well. Merritt finishes packing away the sword, and Cal, I'm assuming you're following after Nova and
Yeah.
Birch. All right, walking up behind them, you see Nova standing on tiptoes, just slightly peering through a glass window as Merritt walks in behind, and Aiden follows, I'm assuming, as well.
Yas.
All right,
Maybe we should add something to Aiden so he doesn't walk away again.
so give me your aware roll there, Nova, star, so
I
that we can
have
see. You have a
me.
+1 to your next roll from last copy beat, by the way.
Oh, they so
Lasso
happy.
you.
Aware?
It's one of those monkey
Yes.
backpacks.
Monkey backpack.
Yes,
mean,
and we will give an ace to
I would
Nobu
be
instead
above.
for the 2,000 you spent.
Damn it.
With an 18, the first thing
19,
you notice, you
because I
kind
have
of
a +1.
squeak off some of the dirt
Had
on the
it,
window.
19.
Yes, and you
Okay,
look.
I wasn't
through-
sure you heard me.
I did hear you, sorry. You look through the window, you stare across the way at this panel. The first thing you notice is that there seems to be some sort of celestial images in various sections on that door opposite of you. And there is a scribbling in chalk off to the side that says, in Alice McCree's handwriting, access has something to do with the order of the worlds X through E. What am I missing?
The Order of the World EXE. It's an executable.
The
I just
order
have to
of the
double-click.
worlds X through E.
Cal.
Yes.
So mom left a note, but it says that something has what to do with it. What?
It just
The
says
order?
access has something to do with the order of the worlds, X through E. What am I missing?
What am I missing? Is part of what it says.
It's part of what she
wrote.
wrote.
What am I missing? On
Yes,
the...
she scribbled it on the side because she was confused with something and started thinking.
Oh God! If mom was confused, I'm never gonna figure it out. What do we do?
Wait, she left a note for us, which means we were right. She wanted us to come after us, and she's asking us. Look
Exactly.
at that.
Oh, maybe, but
Because it would be dumb to, write a note for yourself because, you could just ask
Right.
yourself in your mind. Yeah, so you know.
That's a good point. So maybe we should try to get in the door. Access. Is it access on that other door?
Yep.
Okay. How do we get through this door? But also, Birch brings up a good point that it could be a scanny door. What does the door say?
The door on this side, close
Yeah.
to you. It's in Garbly-gook, a language you don't comprehend.
I don't understand that language.
I don't speak
Do any of
gobbledygook.
us understand it?
Do any of you speak ancient
Merritt, do
Ictharian?
you speak gobbledygook?
Yeah, does Merrick?
I do not speak this language.
Ancient what?
Ictharian.
Ictharian. Is that a fish person?
Anyway,
It's Latin.
you happen to look around at the door itself. There's a small panel off to the side. It seems to be a square panel, about 3 inches by 3 inches, and seems to have a lattice work. It looks kind of like a net sitting in the middle of it of light.
Guess we push a button.
Yeah. See what happens. Take
All right.
That
You
is a
stick
so
your
bad
finger
idea.
into the little
The whole
section
group
where
takes
the
a
light
collective
net
step
is.
back as Cal pushes.
You see
Yeah.
the light net stretch out or sink in and collapse around your finger until it's sitting there rimming the edges of your finger, where you have just kind of a warm sensation for a second, but then it lets go, and then a red light just and a buzzing noise happens.
Oh, I think it is a scanner, but like for fingers. Should we bring the robots? Maybe their fingers works.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see if the robot's fingers want rimmed.
Let's rim those fingers.
Let's do it.
We'll try every
Ah.
rim until we can do this fucking tour.
We're gonna run and grab a
Oh,
finger
wait,
for the
wait.
rimming.
We have a hand.
We have a hand with us already.
Yeah, the
No,
hand
not
that
a
grasped on us.
He
I'm
did
pretty
steal
sure Arrow
the.
took
You
that hand.
did take it.
No, Era had it in his bag.
Era
It
had
was
in his
holding
backpack,
the
was
lamp.
light.
Oh.
Ah, shit! You know,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
holding
when we
my
need a
light.
hand. I knew it. I knew it. Well, guess it helps him.
There's
Wait.
probably more hands on the other corner. You want to try the robot? I think the robot's a good idea. Huh?
Do robots have, like, I guess it doesn't matter? Like, they don't have fingerprints, so it wouldn't really, I don't know.
Well, this is cubicle.
But like,
QB.
it didn't really do fingerprints. It just like revolved around my finger. Maybe it looks for body heat. You know, I have it, but robots don't have it. You know.
Merritt's standing there. He looks over and goes, "Captain, when that thing came out before, the door just opened and closed as soon as it walked beyond it."
Wait, what?
Grab a robot. I'm gonna run over. Let's go grab a robot.
I'll go Nova to grab a robot.
All right, the two of you go over and you grab a hold of one of these robots. They weigh about 1,200 pounds. So as the
We're
two of you
gonna
grab
need
a hold
help
of
with
it,
the robot.
We will need
Merrick, come on, let's go.
someone-
Let's go. Let's help it.
all right, he moves over to the side.
So let's
Everybody
meet
grabs a
puppet it.
limb.
Yeah.
Everyone
walk it up.
grabs a limb.
All right, so
Yeah.
give me this is a coordinated agile roll. Everybody roll, and whoever's got the highest is the number that we'll go with, unless somebody critically fails. Meredith.
You think I
There's a crit fail.
Oh,
And that's a nat 20. What are you gonna do about that? Huh?
I'll
no,
say
it's not a crit fail.
I'll say that
You're so helpful,
you
Rich.
and I'm gonna say that in this situation, because this is a group effort, that just means an exceptional success. You and Merritt and even Nova have practiced puppeting people before when they were drunk, getting them out
You're
of
gonna say
places,
practicing
that kind
women.
of thing.
Even Nova, I have meat puppeted people before. Thank you very much.
That's
On
why
my
I said. That's why I included you.
even
We're-
Nova though.
Little
Even
puppeters.
I will say that is thoroughly out of Birch's wheelhouse. I don't think
Yeah,
I have
that's fair.
ever weekend at Bernie's someone.
Yeah.
right.
So Birch just never weekend at Bernie's. You're getting in the way more often than not. Everybody kind of steps you aside, and you
You
proceed
join
to like
a pirate crew and you get
get
new
this thing
experience.
to start clanking forward, clank, clank, and grinding. The sound of metal scraping upon the floor echoes as the scene fades, and we go to the other crew down below. Era, you're up again. That big creature's almost on top of
Booking
you.
it. I'm booking it as fast as I can, which is not as fast as I would like to be able to, but it's
Alright.
what I got.
You go around the
I got
corner a little bit.
6 move. I'm just double moving here.
All right,
And one more.
one more.
Cal
And you
also
just
got
kinda-
a +1 from last coffee brew.
Spin and rush down the hallway. Nohu, what are you doing right now? Also continuing to run?
Yeah, isn't Era's turn? He just ran.
Oh, that was both my actions. Yep.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just
no.
sprinted
Move
on his
twice.
action. So if you move, you're staying ahead of him in this hallway.
All right, I'll do a movement. That's over there. No, that's one more. Sorry, one behind, please.
There we are. Okay.
There
you
we
go.
Still don't see anything, so I'll just keep on moving. That's another movement.
All
Ooh, what's to my side?
To your side is a door. You can't. I accidentally opened it. Anyways, there is a door directly to your side. A massive steel door or metal door that happens to have two kind of hexagonal shapes in the center, kind of holding it together. There is a light glow coming from a small window you can see in this door within.
No, well, I already used my 2 actions, but is it at level to just see what's inside?
It's about twice your height up on the door.
Cortes, my small stature. All right, that's my 2 actions.
Okay, then the creature behind screeches and tries to break free from the magical effect that was placed on it and makes a resistance roll. It does not break free yet. It continues to struggle with it, and you hear screeching noises. You hear like the slam of metal on metal as this thing just keeps hitting the walls behind it. As it's like screeching and growling, stuff is cracking and splintering behind you. It's scraping at it, trying to dig through the wall and get its feet to work properly. There's a sound of shearing.
Thanks, not in the market.
You hear the sound of shearing metal, and a limb just down the hall and smashes into the wall where it ripped it off and threw it at you. One of the offending limbs that was moving too slowly.
I smell treasure over here. We must get inside.
Since the two of you are less of a crew, we're going to go through one more turn before we go back to the others. Era, you're up.
Well, obviously we gotta keep moving. So, boy. So the door, so like where, you know who he is right now, that's the door that he's obsessed with?
There's a door there.
That seems like it's gonna be a bad idea, but like, that means that we're in for it. So...
Has anything so far been a bad idea? Don't answer. I know the answer.
Of course. Can I just tell if it looks locked or no?
Can I just tell? Give me an aware roll.
Great.
Jiggle the handle.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh!
Ooh! Looking at that door. No, you can't tell if it's locked.
Yeah.
But
Alright,
you can tell that whatever is going on, there is some power down here. The activities that you took before does seem to be sending a bit of it. But looking through the window at the angle you're looking at, you can see some ceiling lights. And they're very dim, and they're flickering inside of that miasma still. So if there is power here, it is not stable.
No, maybe I don't. Okay. Alright, sure. I'm gonna... Can I reach the doorknob?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's like here for you, so you have to reach up, but it's there.
Yeah, I'll jiggle.
So you reach up to where the doorknob is, and as your hand moves towards it, this rectangular shape next and to right around where the doorknob is starts to shift, and you hear it kind of grinding and popping as the doorknob starts coming down to your height. And then it stops, and you see like some smoke come out of the side.
Like, first I like pat it, and like it's a dog, like, good job, and then I'll jiggle it.
You jiggle the handle, and it kind of is caught. It doesn't seem to be locked, but the interior mechanism is damaged over the massive amount of time it's been here and the massive amount of heat that it's under.
All right, well, this is the first idea that popped in my head, and I'm not here to question it. I have a small log in my bag.
Yes, you do.
I would like to just battering ram on the doorknob and thus also the like locking mechanism, hopefully, and hopefully just like bust it open.
So you're trying to break the door open. That's what.
Yeah.
You have a mini battering ram? Is that what you're saying?
It's a small log, yeah.
All right, give me a strong roll, Era, as you slam this into the door frame.
Strong is like it's one of my many strong suits. It's I've got great stats.
You got an 11, so you just Bang! A loud noise rings throughout the hallway here as you smash into this metal with the wood that you've got there. Didn't seem to do much.
I don't know if that didn't work. I don't know if we're getting in here. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's your turn. You see Era walk over, try the handle. It's stuck, and then hits it with a log.
Good try, kid. It usually works for me as well, but in cases like this, you need a bit of more of a tender touch. And I use my tail, whose third arm, to get real deep inside that mechanism to see if I can, re-jiggle whatever it is that was stuck.
All right, so you're going to attempt to get inside of the mechanism, fix the problems that are damaged. Give me a brains roll as you use third arm. All up inside of its mechanics. Got it. So as you find yourself having a hard time getting the panel off of this edge of the door off just enough, the damage that was caused by Era slamming it with the log seems to have caused enough of a split that a little bit of the tail gets inside. And you recognize that the gear mechanism that actually draws it up and down the door has gotten dislodged, and parts of the gears have fallen inside that are now kind of scattered inside of it. All of them will need to be fixed to open the door appropriately, but you might be able to try to force it with a small explosion.
Well, seems like and the need of a pineapple is upon us. I don't have one, but how long will it take me to, work one?
To make one, you currently have all the ingredients necessary to do so.
I'm missing the spark powder.
Yep.
Is there anything that can be used as substitute in this heat encompassed dungeon that is boiling everything around us?
I'll give you a luck roll. So high or low?
High.
Unfortunately, there is some of the powders in here that have kind of solidified inside this miasma under the heat and everything.
Unfortunately?
That might be explosive, but not in the concentrations you're looking for. You could, of course, you see that Nohu is looking around and looking for explosive powders. Era, do you have anything that could help?
That's a great question. That sounds a little more useful than what I have, but I have vinegar.
Vinegar is not
You
explosive.
have baking soda and vinegar. It's sort of
I was going
explosive.
to ask, are we going to make a volcano? Is that what's happening?
Here's the thing. I may have just used my one explosive thing on the wall.
You did.
Back there.
Your oil back there.
Yeah. That may have been my one flammable liquid.
All right, so neither one of you currently have something that is explosive in the appropriate levels.
Bullets? Anybody got bullets?
If you have bullets, you could strip them
powder?
down.
I do have like one clip worth of bullets, but that probably is it. So
That would give you one vial of spark powder if you could strip them, but you'd need to do it quickly. I mean, this is a bit of a time game here. So
Isn't that your exact kind of game?
So Nohu, where Era's standing there and you're looking around, you don't have any spark powder. You see him like lift up his clip. He's got a magazine for the weapon that he's currently using, an old style box mag.
Perfect. I latch it with my tongue and dislodge all of the bullets inside my mouth. I'm it's extras like that, and just spits out the spark powder.
Give me an agile roll, and we'll see if you're able to do this in one action.
Getting like that scene in Coneheads where he takes the spark plugs out of the lawnmower and like cleans them with his face.
Well, I don't like that roll.
I don't blame you. Got a 10? Okay. Nat 20.
Yes.
Okay, no, two options. One, you find you have more spark powder than intended, so that'll give you 2 vials instead of 1. 2 is the permanent solution. Your character is able to dismantle bullets in his mouth from here on out and get the spark powder and the components from it.
Bullets, mouth.
All right, so you can now break down bullets into their component parts when you put them into your mouth. Up to 8 bullets at a time.
Wow.
He's gonna start eating our bullets.
So
We're
as he
gonna
sits
lose
there,
ammunition.
he just goes, and then you see him just spit out the metal bits, the little copper coating jacket, and the lead balls, and then just the spark powder into his other hand.
You know what? Yoshi sound.
And that would be your turn for now. So we're gonna go back to the monster, which now is trying to break free once more. This time accomplishing it, the screech heard around the hallway as you see a massive creature begin rushing towards you all from behind. Stone kind of sparking and tearing in the distance as both of you are now in harm's way. Hasn't gotten to you yet, but it will next round as we return to our crew above this area. So I was going to say above ground, but we're not quite there yet. Next up, we're back to the crew. So all of you are there together. At the moment, you can all act as normal, but you can see the door. You can see the little panel. Anybody have any ideas?
We've got a robot in front of us that we're puppeting.
You
We're
have
trying to open
puppeted
door.
the robot across the distance. Yes. I remember I'm also tired and forgot for just a split
No,
second.
you have
Sorry
to be
about that.
Perfect all the time in every single way. God.
So you get the
Disappointment.
robot puppeted towards the door, and as it gets close, the door, sensing this thing in proximity, there's a ding, and you see the door just slide up to the ceiling.
Holy balls, it worked.
Well, that was
Merit.
Dragging
Damn.
it the whole time. Like, I feel like if this is the one door, like, are there multiple doors that we're gonna have to drag the? I just don't want to leave it here and then us get stuck in the inside.
Oh, for sure. Let's just keep walking with the robot. We got really high rolls anyway, so I don't see why we couldn't go through the threshold of the door.
So
I'll just
you,
watch because I am not
Cal,
helpful.
you,
I was
Cal,
not
and
afford a
Merritt.
permanent thing, so better this work, you know.
You,
a permanent
Cal,
not
and
do anything.
Merritt move further into the room and start heading towards the other door. As soon as you get inside all the way, and the other two, did you walk in quickly as well? Adrian
Merit,
and
let's
Bert?
stay right beneath the door until
No.
everyone
The way
goes
you're
through.
phrasing this, I think I'm gonna stand on the outside of the other door and wait.
Yeah.
I'm still scared of the scanner.
So
Yeah.
Merit, let's just
You mean you're
stay
gonna
in the
just
middle
watch?
of this row, of this door, until everyone passes,
Okay.
and then let's keep going.
So you wait, and everybody else starts going
I
inside
think
them?
that they're saying, Cal, they don't want to be the test subjects when they go into the room.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Let's
sure.
go for it.
Ow.
I'm literally holding at least 1/3 of this stupid robot, okay? I got a 20.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying, like, the scanner thing, that was a whole issue, and I just,
We already walked through the scanner thing. Did we get scanned?
Yep.
the first one was not.
This is what appears.
so we got two robots, yeah? So
Yep.
one to hold the door, and then the other to throw through the door so the traps don't get triggered.
All right. But I think throwing it's going to be harder than lifting it.
Yes.
I did a
very
nat
much so.
20. It better work.
You'd have to roll for the other one.
Cal, that's
Well, I didn't get a permanent thing, so let's say this is
That's
it.
okay.
Yeah?
Because it was a group event, not never.
Fine. Shit. Okay. Who's got a? Well, I guess we carry two robots. then.
Do you think we need the whole robot? Or can
You know
we
what?
get away
This
with
is
just
stupid.
a
Nova
part
just
of the
goes in the
robot?
middle of the room because she's impatient.
You step into the middle of the room. They still have the robot standing in the door frame, and something goes, and you hear like this noise of some sort of mechanical voice saying something that you don't understand.
Gabbleagoo.
Hello, robot. You sound like one of those guys from that old Nintendo cartoon.
The message repeats.
Hubert. You
I
sound
think
like
I
Hubert.
heard door.
You guys
Yes,
hearing that?
door.
Shippy-doop-a-doop-der.
It might be mad that the door's still open.
Shut the door?
It is an airlock.
You just
Yeah.
say it as you're standing there. Nothing happens. But as you're standing there, this message keeps repeating every 10 seconds or so.
I think we need to shut the door.
Should we all go in, or should we have people still on the outside? I don't know.
I don't want us to get separated. Let's just, if it's an airlock, it might be.
All right. Merritt,
I'm pretty
let's
sure we
just
all
close
can.
the door. You all stay outside. I'll see what happens and then re-put it.
I will
I'm not
say
leaving this room.
outside. All right.
Beautiful.
Well, I mean, it's eternal.
So currently-
could survive most things. Oh, I could actually go through. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. No, actually, that might not. work. If I'm under danger, I can just switch into the other reality thing I can do. You know?
Do
And
you
I'll survive.
remember? Maybe.
Don't listen to him. It will work.
Listen to who?
So, Cal and Nova go into the chamber alone. Is that what I'm hearing? Everybody else stays outside.
I'm not
He's
going
trying
in
to
there.
scare us. You know, he's
Doing it.
Stay with my best friend Merrick and the one who talks to his box.
All right.
It's fine.
So as the two of you step
If we
inside,
die, we die
Box
together.
out of
Merritt
this.
stumbles backwards a little bit because the robot's incredibly heavy, and just pulls it a little bit backward. And as it goes far enough away from the door just closes down again.
You never need to about you.
And at this point, as you're standing inside of here, the scratchings and the chalk are right to the side of the door. There is something nearby, an image of a sun shining light down, lightning symbol is seen, as well as
Count that an ace.
a bunch of different images that seem to represent celestial bodies. And the room. That last coffee bean is given an ace to everybody. Cal, or those all going to Cal. That would be 5 aces to Cal if you want to give those.
Yeah,
to
give it to me. Give it to me, my friend.
So as the door shuts,
You don't
suddenly
have
from
to.
outside, Birch, Merritt, and Aiden, the glass just fades and it becomes opaque. You can't see through it anymore. And a whole bunch of gases start pouring down in the room across Cal and Star, across Nova. So
We just got 5 aces each from last coffee
you both
bean.
got 5 aces.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Can't lost Spirit. Get the door open. Get the door open.
Aiden is,
As this stuff sprays around you, you get
I'm
this.
gonna
Go ahead.
Nova puts her safe tech on and like forces Cal's on while he's screaming at the door.
We're gonna die. I mean, yeah. I was pretending to make them think we're about to die. You know. It's
Oh yeah,
mind
no, I
games.
know it was all for. I get.
Mind games.
Whatever this chemical compound that is being sprayed across you is, it is very tepid, so it's kind of slightly cool. And as it coats everything, you notice like it's slowly dripping down and then clearing in your goggles on the outside of your safe tech.
Are we being cleaned?
Your clothing seems to be sprayed with this stuff, but it evaporates very rapidly. And then after a moment, the voice comes back on.
You can not get everything complete.
You got the.
That's right. Take a look.
That's
Free
it,
to
you
go
got
to
it.
the
if you came from a sad room, we could maybe go through.
but it's here, but it needs your work by what?
And you see something. You see a small panel above the door light up, and then something that might be numbers starting to tick down.
Countdowns can be good, right? Like it's like we just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Surprise! Happy birthday!
If my gobbledygook is good, he was either this fella was either saying, you better get out, or 3, 2, 1. I think we should hurry up. We should run.
I've never smelled you clean before.
I take regular showers. I'm not that.
I felt
fine.
this clean before. Yes, your skin is now all the way down to that soft and like smooth and very shiny cleanliness level.
It's like a baby's bottom. So maybe we just
should
wait.
run.
So
Run! We're gonna run back and forth.
Wait. Let me. The open door. Can I let people through with me if I let me holding them or something?
there an open
no,
door?
not without using chaos.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So you're going to reach into chaos and try to create the open door for you and Nova.
Yeah, and try to get out of here.
Okay.
Or also see
make-
if the open door will let me see something.
It's just
Use-
counting down
use
to open
magical.
because you're clean.
I know. I think maybe it's gonna open.
Give me a
You know what?
magical roll.
Okay.
Air
let-
dry
let's-
at the end
let-
of a car wash.
Let's
Like, this
wait.
is
Let's
nice. I'm
just
gonna
wait
take my-
till it goes to 0. Yeah. And if the first sign of danger, we'll do the open door.
McSherry, thank you for the gift sub.
Yes.
So you're standing there waiting.
You get it ready. Get it all. Yeah.
You need to hold me so I can get you out of here too. You know.
Okay.
So
this is
we
hard.
don't need an excuse.
Cal, you got
Yeah.
another 5 aces.
Holy shit! Who is this?
Wow.
Are we allowed to have this many?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Oh my god, I love you, mate. Oh my god. Oh shit.
I'm sure you'll burn through all of them very quickly at various times. So as you're standing there, both of you make a brains roll for me.
Oh dear.
Obviously, they're the ones in most danger at the
That
moment.
is a critical failure on the part of Cal. Hey, good
No,
thing
it's
you have
not.
a ton of aces.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use one too.
All right, 11, not good enough for you, Nova? All right, go roll again.
I mean, it seems excessive to have so many without you. It's the same, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the 11, I guess.
An 11, all right. So with an 11 and a 12.
We're averagely intelligent.
As you're sitting there watching this countdown, you realize the colors have just changed, and you think that might mean you're running out of time for something. And then you think maybe you're supposed to be inputting some sort of code.
Oh.
Wait. Why would we think that we were supposed to put it? Is it the
Looking
code?
off to the side and seeing your mother's scrawl on the side, it says access has something to do with the order of the worlds, X through E. What am I missing? You
Oh
see
my God,
celestial
okay, with the
bodies around you
celestial-
on the
yeah.
walls.
Is there like a zodiac chart here? Are we raising of the age of Aquarius or some shit? Like, what's the? I read lots of books.
So give me
And
a brains
no
roll.
stars, because pirate in space.
Give me a
Can I
brains
roll
roll.
a
just while
brains
you-
as well to figure this out?
Certainly.
I think things are going peachy in there. I haven't heard a scream yet. so-
20!
Let's hope.
I
And
was
we're
getting
going
shouted
the
at
long
just
way.
cuddling for a second.
Yeah,
So-
I
that
think we
was
should
the
go the way
plan.
that you came out of, where you don't remember things. I think that's the safest bet.
As the two
Sounds
of
better.
you are looking at these things, Cal, you recognize some of the marks on the worlds and the stars nearby and things like that as constellations that are seen from perspective of the center of the galaxy outward. And you can tell that certain worlds are... That's probably Zither, that is probably Myosinus, that is probably... Yeah, there's Hornborn. Now, you're looking at this, and there are 7 worlds, but Silver Shield is missing. And there is a different world that you don't recognize.
Silver Shield is missing. What's that one?
I got a 20. Do I know what it is?
With a nat 20,
It's not a nat 20. It was a funny 20.
Funny
18
20.
plus 2.
with a funny 20, and with the experiences that your mother has shown, and with the experience you have with a previous friend of yours, you recognize that one of these worlds is likely Sedna. You recognize that Silver Shield is missing. You also recognize that there is a shattered planet that seems to be nothing but mostly stones further in the solar system here, but you don't know what that is.
So that's probably I recognize the crack on that one. I think that's Sedna, and then Silver Shield is missing, like you said. Maybe the do we need to? Can we fix it? Does it look like it can be fixed? Like the thing that's broken.
The shattered world?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Where's the thing to put an input in?
You can see that there is a bunch of little circles just at the front, 7 of them, and maybe you can touch them. As you touch one, you see a symbol for one of the worlds show up. One of the same ones that they have listed on the images around the room.
We put them in order, the same as the thing.
So do you put them from
But
left to
that
right
seems
or right to
very
left?
obvious.
And which worlds are you choosing?
It has something you said. It has something to do with the order of the worlds.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Mom. That's really unhelpful.
It says X through E.
X through E. Okay,
Yep.
so we'll start with Zyther.
Yeah, I guess.
So you put
Zyther.
Zyther in first.
Let me just open up
And
the
then while you
AMS.
consider the rest of this,
Then
we'll
the
switch
other
back
ones
to the crew.
alphabetically, because I do remember all the
Well,
names.
while you figure that out, we'll switch back to the other crew down below.
While a PDF is frantically being opened.
I actually have the book
We're
here.
going
That's
a long way
closer.
where we don't have to do trivia, right?
Era, back to you. You're standing inside the hallway. That big beast is rushing down right behind you on your heels. Last coffee bean has thank you very much.
Oh boy. Lordy. Okay.
I have a hint for you, Sanan, that might be easier. Would just be to look in the contents at the beginning. You know, the table of contents.
All right. So I'm going to. Sure. Let's try it out. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at this thing, and the glow around me kind of intensens. So like instead of kind of this like effect that it's almost like, am I missing something? It's like a red and blue glow, and Era multiple like copies of his voice speak out at the same time. I have defeated and escaped things twice your power before, and will in now and in the future. This may not be one of the times that I am bested. And I'm gonna activate Aura of
Started
Conquest.
The Aura of Conquest kicks in for you.
Yes,
So if you would, the Aura of Conquest itself, let's see.
So it's only 2 spaces, but if we keep succeeding things, we can get some neat tricks.
Yes. Anytime you or Rob in this circumstance, because you're close together, succeed on a roll, you can choose to gain 1 HP per level of Path of Acceptance. You can choose to gain +2 to the next roll you make, or you can gain 1 dispersal of your overload.
Yeah. So pretty nice. And then, oh boy. Honestly, I think I'm just going to hold to run after Nohu, whichever way he runs. And yes, I'm aware that means that if Nohu does a dumb thing and does not run, then I don't run, but that's okay with me.
So Arrow waits for Nohu, saving a standard action. And Nohu, what do you do on your turn now?
Oh, you know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the bomb.
All right,
I'm going to place it, and I'm going to modify it as I place it, because that's one of the abilities that I have when creating pineapples.
Yes, you and your ridiculously potent pineapples. So this one will require a RT14. Excuse me, wrong one. RT15. So you'll need a 17 to make it in 1 standard action as you're standing there. If you get less than a 17, it'll be volatile. As long as you get between a 15 and 17, it'll still work. So give me a brains roll as you start putting these things together.
All right, this is for creating that doesn't add the natural repair bonuses from Tinker, right?
Correct.
Because
it's not repairing, it's inventing, it's creating, crafting.
All right, I would like to add that, being next to Era, he's my imprinting partner at the moment. And that this is a very dumb situation, especially to be, modifying things, which would give me my natural +2 from Luck Favors the Fool.
Absolutely, and you've gained a +1 from McSherry for the roll and an ace, just in case.
Right, let's go with that +4 on brains roll.
There we are, and it is a 19, 1 higher than you needed. You barely scraped this thing together in record-breaking time. Now holding a pineapple, what's the modification that you've applied to this?
Let's see.
The modification is... Oh, the item has all safety features removed for better functioning, increasing all damage to the next higher die type and causing the item to automatically engage its function unless strapped down once per round. So this is going to go off on this round. It's just going to go off. You have to do something right now.
I would like to say that, considering that I have a proficiency of placing bomb positioning, I would like to have placed it in such a way that when the doors go flying off, they will shield us from the explosion itself and not hit us.
Okay, well, give me another brains roll as you have applied this, and we'll see how successful you are at keeping it from harming either one of you. Because this bomb is about to blow.
Real quick, that just was a successful roll, though.
It was.
Right?
It was a successful roll.
So no, you either get a bonus HP +2 to your next roll, so it would be the one you just did, or you get 1 overload back.
Question: would this range roll also count as a success?
Yes.
So I would be able
So you
to
can
choose
Well, you
two.
can only do it once per round because he doesn't have.
Oh, that's right.
He's not strong enough
Oh,
to do
all
it
right.
harder than that.
That's
It'll
right,
pick
that's
more than that.
All right.
All right. So you have now placed the
I'll do the
bomb.
overload.
You've placed it exceptionally. Now, as long as you do enough damage, you will now have an open door. So go ahead and roll for the damage of the weapon. All the damage is the next higher die type. So in this case, it is a. What's the damage of your pineapple?
It's 5d6.
5d6, so it's 5d8.
5d8.
Yep. And you need to blow the damage off this door. It has a damage threshold of 25. So 25 damage or higher will open this door for you.
Oof. Okay, 5d8.
You do have an ace if you need it. 27 is high enough. Boom! An explosion goes off, and you see the door frame shatter outward, falling over top of both Nohu and Era, just bang! And wedging itself against the wall as flames lick around them. You have protected them with the frame of the door and blown it open at this point in time.
Oh, you didn't care for your eyebrows, right? They are singed. Yeah, both of us. If I had eyebrows and not scales, they would be singed, but...
You know, I mean, it is the only hair that I have, but that's okay. They grow back.
All right, inside for my second action, because I should still have it, right?
Yeah, you have one action left. So then you sprint into the room as quickly as you can, finding yourself inside of a rather large room, and Era follows suit.
God, I
So-
hope this isn't dead end.
Let me get my notes to read off what this is real quick. Come here, notes. Quit running away from me. There we go. So inside of this room, as you both rush into it, the first thing that happens is you can tell that there's an updraft of air in here. There's a massive hole seen in the ceiling in the northwest end of the room. Scorch marks extending through it throughout the entire room like something fell in and exploded. Throughout the room, the blast was powerful enough to melt stone, ancient furniture scattered throughout the room and damaged. There are bodies decayed to nothing but bones, and scattered in less number than should probably be here. As you're looking around, you see that there's missing limbs for a lot of these figures, rib cages and things that aren't quite there, skulls that are not in the right spots, even though the rest of the bodies seem to be, as if someone or something has cleaned some of them up. The massive hole above you, you can see a slight glow coming out of, and it seems to be pretty far down, but you might be able to climb your way back up higher levels that way if you really wish to.
How wide is the hole in the ceiling, you said?
It's about 15 to 20 feet across in diameter, so it's a rather large hole.
All right, so high enough or large enough, I guess, for flying.
Yes, you could fly out of there if you wished.
Got it.
All right, and that was Nohu's turn. The beast goes now, rushing up the hallway, where
Can I
it
use
then
5
turns.
of my aces to just not have the beast go right now?
No.
Got so many.
The beast now rushes around the corner and then lashes out with one big clubbed arm at Nohu's back, screeching and howling as it does so, trying to get a hold of you.
Oh no. I'll defend myself.
All right, the opponent gets a nat 20. As a nemesis level, critical successes are possible, unfortunately. So Nohu, would you like something that harms you more or harms both of you less?
I'll go for no-who damage.
Nohu damage. All right. As this thing swings in,
damage.
you see the large clubbed hand of its extend out in massive clawed tendrils that all shoot towards you. As those clawed tendrils come out and wrap around your chest, you notice that they end in hypodermic needles as some sort of chemical is then pumped into you. You both take damage and must make a tough roll to resist the
No.
effect of this.
Wait, I also take damage?
No, it's not hitting you. It's only
Oh,
hitting
okay.
Nohu.
Oh,
You just said you both take damage. I was like,
So you both take damage and have to deal with this.
oh.
all right.
All right.
So a tough roll.
The attack is coming right into your chest. And while you resist the effects of the toxin, you take 16 points of damage, Nohu, from the strike.
Hey, I'm down to 2 HP. Huzzah!
Bang! This thing has now got you grappled and entangled. Unless you can find a way to break free, you're in its grasp. And that is its turn. And now, we return back above to Nova and crew, standing inside of your tiny little hallway. He's seeing the lights have gone from like a yellowish green color to now red as they're continuing to tick down. What are the two of you doing?
We're putting planets in holes.
All right, what planets do you put in what holes?
Well, you said it starts with a Z.
Well, with X or with X because of Zyther.
Zyther. And then what's that? So Silver Shield's not in it, but
Missing.
Avalon.
Wait, why would you go from X to A?
Well, I guess it was obviously. Never mind. It's the It's
Hell.
I'm just listing
Nothing
planets
seems
I
to
can think
happen.
of. Zyther. So that's Setna, you say?
And then it would be
Was
Rulo.
Myosinus.
Uh-huh.
Born.
EFG8, yeah, and then Eris.
Eris, yeah.
And then Avalon,
Yeah.
which starts with an A.
You're missing one world.
Sedna.
Yep.
We
put
said
that-
Senna earlier.
We did.
Pay attention, God.
You
We put
didn't
it
say so.
between the R before R.
Both of you give me an agile roll as you continue putting these things in and getting confused a little bit here and there. And we'll see what happens.
We're people of
That's
action.
a critical failure, Cal Ronan.
No, it's not.
What?
That's better. That's an 18. What do you have there, Nova?
You said agile.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right,
got
the
a
two of you
19.
exceptionally, you start pushing these things in. You see it turn red up ahead. You start panicking for a split second, but nobody saw it, of course, because it's all foggy on the window. And then you hear it, and then it just says, "Abadoo," and then the door opens up.
Yeah. Dabadoo.
Cal, we just did our first puzzle as a couple.
We did, yeah. See, we good at this. Yeah. High five. Hug. And Dabadoo. Indeed.
I don't think you're actually saying anything, Cal.
No, it gets me. We communicating. I needed to brush up on my what was it again? Gabadook? Never mind. Let's just go.
Gabadook. All right.
Your Gabadook is impressive, Cal.
So the two of you
learned it in a
step
few minutes, so
beyond that door because the one behind is still closed. Everybody else kind of looking inside. Merritt holding on to the robot. It's just like struggling to keep it upright.
Come in, it's good.
Merritt moves forward a little bit, and you see the door just slide up. And as that door slides up, you see the door on the other end of the chamber close.
Well, so what concerns me, my mom didn't know how to put things in alphabetical order.
She didn't know what Sedna was.
She didn't know about Sedna. Sedna.
Got
so
it.
busy not going around and not going through the chamber of what was happening there, correct?
Well, is there any way around?
So Merritt standing there goes...
Aiden came out of a weird side door that we had not gone through when he wandered off.
Aiden, as you had walked out of that room, you realized that it was a resting place, most likely for security that used to take a refuge in this area, protecting the base or whatever this place was. This
Well,
facility.
just a little reverse in time. Even though I can't remember what I did I come out with some nice clothes instead of a clown outfit?
Yes, you were wearing
Yes.
a just some pants,
That's what
jacket,
you
and
look-
vest.
You looked nice.
Oh, sweet.
Basically,
Well,
what you're wearing now in the image is what you found in the rooms.
perfect. I just had the craziest flashback to that room, and there was nothing in there. It was just a guard station. Funny, I know. It just popped in my head. Have to go through the door. She's
Can they
sick.
hear us?
Should we go?
They can't hear you through the metal.
They
No, you can
failed through the
you
floor
can wave
somehow.
at them through the
Trying to find a
windows.
place where they fell through.
What was that?
I said they fell through the floor somewhere. We could go try and find a place where they fell through.
Merritt's like, are we going through the door or not? This is really heavy.
They look like they're going to try to us if we don't just go through this fucking door.
I guess we'll go through the door.
All right, Birch and Aiden make their way inside, and Merritt moves in behind, and then the robot just falls over, and you see him like stumble aside as it just bang, bang, bang. The door just.
Honestly, that was pretty impressive. That
Thank
they
you for your
carried
service.
the robot that carried, 3 people had to carry. That's pretty impressive.
As the as
Also, kind of rude that they left you with a giant robot and did not help you carry it.
as gases suddenly start pouring into the room,
Great.
you all start being covered in it. Marin immediately grabs his safe tech and puts it on over his face.
You know I have trust issues, right?
I'm sorry, I can't help you with it. Here, do you need one? You see Merritt like hand you a piece of safe tech to put over your eyes and mouth.
Thank you for being so considerate.
And
I'm curious what would happen if I didn't put mine on, but I'm still gonna put mine on.
All right, so you put it on over
I'm
your face.
morbidly curious what would happen if I didn't, though. Would my insides be clean?
So as you're standing there, Birch, inside of all of this
Might kill
stuff,
viruses.
there's a electric feeling that buzzes through you, and then suddenly we see like a flash inside of the cloud of whatever chemical is filling the room, where Nova and Cal can't quite see inside of. The ground rumbles for a second.
Oh,
and
gosh.
then suddenly everybody's in a different place as you feel this strange dreamlike state roll over you all.
Wait, everyone? Or just the people in the room?
Everyone in the building.
Oh.
It wasn't me. I
What
swear.
did you do?
It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing.
So
It wasn't me.
everybody suddenly just blanks for a second. There's a flash, there's a rippling sensation. Nova, it feels like, you can't believe this, but it feels like Kaizen's crack. I mean, that's a way to say it.
Aw.
Cal,
Thanks, Kaizen.
you open your eyes, finding yourself in your room aboard the Zephyr. There's a soft knock on the door nearby requesting your presence while you are sitting down looking at Winks, who's got a thorn in their paw. Looks like they were playing a little too hard with one of the Rulo meals from later, from Landon.
Give me that.
Yeah, why'd you do it so hard?
It's gonna hurt more if you keep it there.
You hear the knock again at the door.
Yeah, come in. Well, if I did it softly, you were gonna swipe at my hand and scar me, you know?
Cal, you would never ask him to come into your room.
Oh, yes. What? No, don't come in. Don't come in. I'm coming out there.
Yeah, Captain, can I speak to you in a second? Comes the voice of Lionel.
You're not here.
You were confused for a moment as he left the Aethersphere years ago. You open the door, you see a little bit of flame rimming the edges of the door, just kind of blaze out for a second as you close it. You see inside there,
Yes.
Landon standing at the table nearby,
Yes.
preparing some food or something. Landon retired a while ago. And then Lionel standing before you just looks up. Sorry to speak so plainly, but don't you think adding that many individuals, we don't know how very fast, we don't really know much about them, and this is all very sudden. Do you think this is a great idea? We had the crew go missing or become some sort of mutinous thing like those mercs we picked up earlier, and now we have a new stowaway in this Nova character. I mean, she came aboard from an Empire vessel tied to the university. I'm just concerned about it. That's all. That's all.
Shit. This. No. You're reminding me of a time I want to forget. Come on, mate. Come on. How's
realize
retirement? Let's talk about retirement. How's retirement, mate? Just tell me about like what
Retirement?
you've
What
been
are you
doing.
talking about, Captain Ronan? As you're standing there, you realize you've had this conversation before, years back, before everything went sideways. Nova, you find yourself sitting in the mess hall, in the middle of a conversation about the finer elements of food that bites back from Landon. Your eyes turn and they lock with Cal's as he's standing outside of his flame-rimmed doorway speaking with Lionel.
I'm hugging Lionel. I miss him.
You give him a hug. What?
Now I have to make awkward eye contact with you while you're hugging someone.
It's
Thanks.
roommate. We love it. It's a camaraderie. Just hug back.
So there I was talking about when you get a few of these types here, some of them have barbed tails, and when you happen to turn that, you can actually take the liquids within the tails into the soup, and that makes it have just a bit of a real zip.
Nova, you in this deja vu too, or are you like previous Nova?
It's an interesting question, but no, yes, we were in a cave a second ago, and then it was
Stars.
and then crack.
Oh
and
yeah.
here.
Oh, okay. So I'm not high on something. I just didn't accidentally view like psychedelics or something.
There's a
If we said
waiver
we're
in
tripping
the
together, hun.
there's a waiver in the air, and the two
That's
of
kinda
you
nice, tripping
suddenly
together, that's like
find
one if you're
yourselves in different places. Cal, you're standing
shit.
inside of a what looks like a halfway house for young men. And as you're there, you see yourself running through a hallway, chased by a bunch of other children that are screaming about your green skin and throwing rocks at you as you go running by. As you're standing there, you see one of the caretakers nearby writing in just a little journal, and they look over at you strangely. Are you supposed to be here?
Just give me a second. I'm gonna go to the kids and like draw a gun at them and be like, "Ah, you want to mess with a green skin?"
So you walk
then come
across
back.
the way, and you see the caretaker nearby go, "You're not supposed to go in there. Hey. And as you draw a gun out suddenly, he's
You're
like,
not real. You're not real.
Peacekeepers, help! Security! As you like point the gun at the kids, they freak out and they turn and they run. And then
You
suddenly
welcome,
there's
kid. Remember this later. Stand up for yourself. I'm you from the future. You'll figure it
there's
out.
a
Oh,
waiver
shit.
in the air, and
Oh,
suddenly you
don't
find yourself
trust-
standing
Don't
back
trust,
inside
a
of
fella
the.
named Alec.
You're too
In
late.
case
You
know,
are too late.
In case he's there, like you might think he's cool, and he ain't cool. All right, yeah.
You
come back.
reappear
This
back
is everyone
inside.
who warns you.
You reappear back inside
Oh,
of the tunnel again. Nova, we see you standing inside of a small library surrounded by tiny animals that are kind of dancing around you. And there happens to be a few open books on the floor. You hear your mother's voice in the distance. Nova, stop playing with all of them. I know it brings you so much joy, but damn girl, you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your studies. I'm trying to do the voice.
Is that your Alice?
It's
Wow.
just shush.
Am I a child?
You aren't. You're actually sitting there yourself, as your mother seems to be completely unaware that you are not you as a little person.
Mom, like I can look into your eyes. Mom, like
Well, yeah, you got some pretty eyes, but I
No,
gotta keep busy
like-
here right now. We got a meeting this afternoon. You're supposed to come with us. Come on, we gotta get ready here soon. So finish up your little game. And you see her like turn around and go to speak with somebody else.
this is not real.
And then everything kind of warbles again, and you find yourself sitting on the floor next to Cal nearby. And then we switch scenes to another individual. Era, you find yourself standing there watching Cal and Nova speak on board the ship, the Zephyr. You don't remember what timeline this is from, but as you're standing there, you can feel an intense and powerful energy calling to you from underneath the floor where you're standing.
Great. I'll just like wave hi at Cal and Nova and say, "Oh hey, I was just fighting a like spider thing. We kind of got separated, but I'm sure it was fine. I'm gonna go downstairs."
Murder Hose and Chocobros, thank you for the raid.
Is
So
it actually us to wave hi or some?
You see them both kind of look at you strangely, and you step down through the bathroom to the inner chamber that starts moving towards this engine that seems to be hidden underneath the floorboards. And as you start heading in that direction, you find someone standing there, a human male, looking at you strangely and wondering why you're there. Keta, what do you say to Era, some sort of time traveler that shouldn't be in this space?
I don't believe you want to stick around here.
Era, what do you say in response to this individual who seems to be?
No,
aware
I'm
that you're not
feeling
supposed
pretty
to-
called to be honest.
kill him.
This seems like a pretty good spot for me.
And then there's a ripple, and you fade out again, disappearing. You now appear inside of a small room filled with young boys that are kind of running and playing. Wait, they're trying to beat up one of the other ones, or harassing them at least. And then Cal rushes out with a gun and starts scaring everyone. And as Cal suddenly disappears there, then you see a whole bunch of security coming into the room and looking at you.
Hi.
As they start wondering
Hey,
what's going on and looking for
Quick
the
question: What
offensives.
time is it?
Time!
I know.
think
I
it's
never know either. It's okay.
3:15, and then suddenly you disappear and find yourself standing inside of a small waiting room. Looks like you're standing above a list of important dignitaries that somebody is supposed to be speaking with. One Alice McCree, an archon of the university. You see her attendant standing there inside the room, turn and look at you. Excuse me, are you the 12 o'clock?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll go get Miss McCree real quick, and we'll be
Great.
right with you. You see him open the door and step in. Alice,
Ms.
I think you're Ms. McCree. Your 12 o'clock is here. And then you hear her speaking to her daughter inside of the other room before turning to start heading out. Suddenly, the world warps and fades, and we find ourselves in a different place. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Oh, hold on. I have to do this in the appropriate voice.
Oh no.
Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Let's see about getting water to those limbs to grow, to grow, to grow.
A small gardening bot dances across a dirt-covered floor to your side, begins adding a shiny slurry of nutrients to your roots. Birch, as you're standing there, sitting there, enrooted there, whatever, you feel the pull of sunlight, and it makes you just turn your head, feeling a gentle warmth upon the edge. This small strand of light sliding through the cracks in a wooden prison, boards above you creaking from the footsteps of some being. As you're standing there, you hear the muffled sounds of speaking, someone asking a question about experimentation, something to do with the morality of it, being derided by a cracked male voice. The gardening bot continues moving in front of you on a single-wheeled gyroscope from plant to plant nearby, humming and tossing water in the can all over.
Experiments, experiments, we are all experiments. Destiny, destiny, destined for greatness.
The bot sings before moving before each plant, applying a drop of the silvery fluid to the dirt they were planted in, and patting them on their leaves. As it comes over before you, do you say anything as you get a little drop of silver goop?
Say thank you. I don't know what it is, but it's probably helpful.
As you say thank you, you see Era standing in the corner, rubbing a finger on the dirty windowsill nearby, looking at the debris on fingertips, realizing that there is a very serious need of dusting in this area. Era, what do you say?
Hey, have you gone into the worm yet?
No, not to my knowledge.
That's fair enough.
Unless it's like a hypothetical worm. We have not met a worm yet.
The little gardening
Okay.
robot that's there just says,
Worms, worms, good for soil, good for all, good for soil.
and
That's true.
we see everything kind of fading out
Fair.
again. As Birch, you find yourself coughing now suddenly, covered in all of this spraying white stuff. And then we see something else. We see little tiny legs pumping furiously, the red scales upon them shining in the bright light, the bright face of junior adventurer Nohu besides the quickly sprinting form of his father, tackle box and fishing equipment jangling and tossing from the edges at random intervals. A bunch of stuff kind of scattering everywhere as the two of them are sprinting across the stones and rocks, leaping from place to place. Nohu remembers the joy of the fish day with his dad.
Keep up, good buddy, good adventurer, never flags, never wavers, always has just the right amount of energy they need to accomplish the next task.
As your dad slides. What was that? Go ahead.
It just felt like I had a bunch of needles straight into my back. It sure feels great to be outside and alive.
Yes, being alive and outside is an important thing to be. At all times, of course. He pats you upon the back, and as he slides to a halt nearby on the smooth stones over Lake Agarand. You remember being here once before? But it's been a while since you took a fishing trip with your dad, because he's been dead for a long time. You see him digging through a bag for lures and bait. Settling on a Ruger thigh bone, your father holds the now heavily weighted rod out to Nobu. Alright, now just like I showed you before, flick the switch, aim through the reticle, and fire towards the darkest shadow you see.
I've learned a lot of things in the time you've been dead. I'll try to makeshift like a small explosive at the end instead of a bait, and then cast away.
The line sails into the waters, and it's not long before the massive forms of the Blackberry Rallymouth pike begin frothing at the waters, as they all fight for whatever it is on the end of this connection. The 5-meter-long fish tearing each other up in the process until a winner makes it to the prize. The bait is swallowed entirely, and the hook is set. A soft, muffled pop goes off as we see fish guts go flying up through the air, and in a frenzy, all of the other fish there now diving, jumping, and wheeling. We see, well, the adventurer father go, "Excellent job, now let's get him!" And you see him run to the edge of the cliff, leaping towards these fish as their mouths come up to swallow whole both Nohu and his father, who are diving towards the river. Era, as you're standing there next to them, You find yourself eating an apple that you didn't know you had a moment ago while watching the young Nohu get pulled straight off the cliff over the water.
Hey,
Massive
Nohu!
pikes leaping towards
Free
the water.
apple!
You like turn in the air and you see Era standing there on the shore shouting about a free apple as your carefree legs in the air twisting around and suddenly swallowed by a massive fish.
At least they're not needles!
And then the scene fades and wobbles again. Aiden, standing on the sands, you stare up at the night sky for what seems like the millionth time. It was off by millimeters. The last time you stood here, the constellations were aligned slightly to the right. It was always kind of beautiful to you on Rulo. Last time you were here, of course, there was a little more greenery. I mean, there were some problems with some of the water that may have gotten bioengineered on this world that no longer is there after millions of years have passed. As you're standing there, Malekna continues a conversation you seem to have been in the middle of. But how do you know? You seem so dedicated to this cause, and yet as your power grows, does it not become more frightening? I know that each time I borrow from my father, I cannot only feel his will, but also my own rage and bitterness tempering my actions. I feel like I might be consumed by the power, by the ability to control the world around me. I feel out of control so often, the only time I feel in control is in the throes of this power.
Well, Malekna, that is how it works. Power is the only thing that's going to get us through this world. But just because you become stronger doesn't mean you need to fear it. You just must grasp it tighter so you do not lose control of it, you see.
So, accept the power.
Accept it, yes. Go with it. But do not let it consume you. Control it. Dominate it.
Dominate my father?
If that's what it takes.
Era, you step out from
It's a
behind a rock
boy.
where you finish relieving yourself, only to see the two individuals deep in thought here on this ancient sandy world. How do you react?
I don't know. A past or future me once said that power's kind of like a drug where you can never have enough, so you will just end up like chasing it as far as you went. Do you either of you know where my apple went?
You see the core on the ground near your feet,
Oh, never mind. False alarm.
and
Must have finished it.
suddenly everything warbles, and you're back into the rooms that you were standing at before. Something's happened. A major temporal event. Era, if you weren't so busy fighting for your life, you might have time to try to analyze that a little bit. However,
What you talking about?
you currently are fighting for your life, so we now return to Era and Nohu down below after this break. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching Wraith. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and then come right on back. We'll return soon.
Ooh, that rhymed.
Woo!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wraith. Some crazy stuff just happened. Some wibbly wobbly stuff just happened.
What?
And yet,
Perfectly normal stuff, you mean?
perfect. Well, you're normal to
Era's
you,
just
maybe.
having a day.
Era's like, this is normal. This is just how life is. But we have returned, and now we see Nohu with a large claw wrapped around his chest and hypodermic needles trying to pump some fluids in that he's, as of yet, resisting. Era, it is your turn.
So I know you said that if I wasn't, about to die, I would study counterpoint. Era just was a part of that, and that's like moth to a flame. So Era's first instinct would be to try and figure out like an origin point, if that's still
Would you like
there's
to
still,
use a
like,
standard action to
time
figure this
ether?
out?
Yeah.
Okay, use an action. Give me a magical
Yeah.
roll.
Great. Would love to.
You search for the origin of the effect,
18.
and you sense everywhere.
Yay! That's fun. But I did just succeed a roll. Yes?
You did! You succeeded a roll, and your aura kicks in.
Great. I'll go down in overload so I don't have to go above my limit, hopefully.
That was one action. But
yes.
you do have a crippling realization
Oh.
that this is everywhere.
Mhm.
And in that everywhere, for a split second, you see when you cease to exist.
Oh.
It's a moment where you're seeing through your eyes, and then nothing. Forever.
That's new. Does it? So I just like am aware of this. Does it feel like close, far away?
You're not sure. Time has never been really straight for you.
Hmm. Okay. Here's my idea. Work with me. So this thing seems like it's a constructed creation, right?
Yes.
There's a bunch of time stuff going on right now. Aaron knows he can't fight this, or at least this version of him can't fight this. He's pretty sure he's not the version of him that can fight this.
Mm-hmm.
So what Aaron would like to do is, if I have to use like the open door or something, I want to like step backwards to when this thing was created to find like a command phrase.
Going backwards in time is something that magic doesn't currently give you the ability to do.
That's right, it's only forward. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like magic when it reaches out and tries to go backwards. You get echoes, but it's like something that's already made, whereas the future is permeable, and that means you can actually extend into it.
Right. Understood.
Like trying to walk into concrete when it's wet versus when it's dry.
Okay. Then what I would like to do is okay. I will just can I grab Nohu and then just try, if by trial and error, that's fine, just kind of try and skip forward to a time where through like sheer luck or some action I got out of this room through the hole, right? Like,
well, you have to actually have gotten through that. You have to have been able to achieve that at one point or another.
Sure.
So...
I mean, Nohu has wings. I have a bunch of random items. I don't know how I did it, but in some timeline, surely I've done it.
So you're going to ride on the back of your own self that accomplishes this goal and then replace them?
Yes.
All right, you're fine with
I would do
yourself.
the same thing
That's
to
fine.
me.
You would do the same thing to you. Okay, this is going to require one application of chaos, and then go ahead and give me a magical roll as you attempt to jump into your own self's future, where you have already gone through the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, and I will definitely also activate Borrowed Mind to give myself a +3 bonus to my magical for this. As I'm like, hey, don't be mad. I'm gonna replace one of us again.
This is gonna be a chaos roll, is what this is.
Using an ace for sure.
Ooh, with a 21, you will succeed. Now, you will rubber band back at some point. So, for now, you grab a hold of Nohu's arm, and then suddenly there's a rippling effect, and you find yourself standing in a different position. Nohu, you and Era have made it out of the room somehow.
And I just like turn backward, like, thanks. I owe you one.
As you kind of shout back at yourself. Nohu, you remember having to break free, having to launch yourself forward, having Era grab a hold of your feet and launch themselves towards the ceiling while you carried them through the hole as quickly as possible. And then suddenly Era standing there, just holding you as you're standing on the lip of this.
I'm so sorry. I didn't save a bite of the apple. I'd already eaten it. I'll share my next one.
Oh, no, don't worry. I was too busy. I mean, I'm so amazing. I was already thinking about how I was going to teleport, because I can do that out of that thing like grip and start flying with you all over the the hole, and my body was already started doing all of that, and I wasn't really paying attention. But that's how us adventurers really do things sometimes. It's no problem.
I
I'm
mean,
just good.
the thing that I found is that a lot of times we've already done or are about to do everything we've done, just like because sometimes like traffic is like 3 seconds longer, so all of a sudden everything you're doing is like 3 seconds delayed somewhere else. So yeah, totally happens all the time.
If you would roll 2d6, that's how many rounds you'll have before you go back to where you were at before.
Great.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you mean. I
3
really
rounds.
I really like to skip over the unimportant things of daily lives, like looking back on either side of the road, or paying for things, or even respecting private property. The things that everybody does.
As the two of you are standing there talking, you hear a scraping noise, and the door across the way from you opens up, and you see figures come through that look like this.
Oh, baby versions.
Oh, your daddy's down there. You're looking for him.
So 4 of these come through after hearing you arrive and start moving in your direction.
Terrific.
They're so
All right.
cute.
And we'll come back to you in just a moment.
We'll be right back.
Rawr. We now return to the other group, as we see Nova and Cal now sitting there. Nova, you're up on the ground. You've just returned from an interesting mental ride. Cal, you have a swirling bit of emotions kind of moving through you at this moment as you're standing there seeing old things and new things and having witnessed parts of your past that you haven't been a part of in a while.
Want to forget all that.
Are you okay?
So, I was acting like all that was like a vision and not real, but now I'm thinking, since you were there, right? You were there.
What was the part of it? We were there.
Now I'm afraid that was actually like we were back in history. Now I'm like, did I cause like a butterfly effect thing or something? Because that would be fucked.
So
Unless little cow kills cat, that would be cool. And we would have met by then, so that's like makes things okay.
yeah. No, I mean that would be really cool. He was a total douche. But I don't know, because really the way that time seems to work is that every single thing we do does all that. There's lots of quantum tendrils and all sorts of weird things. I wouldn't worry about it too much, Cal, but I am sorry people were douchebags to you.
Yeah, it's okay. I at this point, no one, not a lot of people gets to, draw a gun on their childhood bully. So I actually got to do that, years later.
Living the dream. Yeah. We look through the window. Are our friends there?
You see them coughing and getting to their feet as it seems like some of this chemical agent has slipped beyond their masks as they fell to the floor earlier.
Should we help them?
Yeah, probably. Also, just give Cal a big hug. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Guys!
So, Birch, you were standing there. Last thing you knew, you were an actual plant. And you've got Merritt nearby, and you've got Aiden
Did
nearby.
anyone feel really tingly all of a sudden?
Yes, I just had a terrible flashback.
I wasn't playing. But that's not very different than where I am now, so I don't know if it was a flashback.
Wait, you were in a... Never mind, are we dying? What is going on?
I think so. I think that's exactly what's happening. Did you feel electricity course through your body, or was that just me?
I just remember gasping and being there, and now we're here, and what's going on in this chamber? Voice in the sky.
The gases have cleared, and you now see numbers, well, some sort of alien numbers, clicking down on the wall nearby.
The numbers on that.
Merritt, standing nearby, goes, I'm fairly certain that the other two did something to get through here. if we can clear out the window and maybe see them, maybe they can give us a hint as to what it was. We couldn't see them from our side. Birch moves over and like squeaks the window. You can see Nova like doing charades on the other side. Now the two of you can't say
I am
anything.
really bad at charades. This is not going to end well. Aiden, are you better at charades than I am?
I am. Yes, it's my favorite pastime.
I don't believe you.
Aiden, as you're standing there and you look over, you see Planet.
Okay. What is this?
Fondle.
You see
Order.
the number lights turn yellow.
Order.
Settee.
Dead.
She's saying
No.
Sedna.
Sasquatch.
Merritt
Oh, I know.
says
Sedna? Sedna? Okay.
Yeah.
You look over to the side, Aiden, and you can see the scribbles in chalk that Alice wrote upon the wall, indicating that there's supposed to be an order. When she states Sedna, you look around, and you see that the constellations around you are from your history.
Oh. I think I've got this.
Very good at charades. Never mind, I take it back. My apology.
Okay. All right. We need to start with Zephyr. And we need to go through the alphabet in alphabetical order, I think.
I feel like Merrick might be better than I will with this, but we can try.
Including Sedna.
As you put them all in, suddenly the door just...
Oh.
Did I notice Silver Shield was not on there?
What was that?
Did I notice Silver Shield was not on there? Because I would take personal offense.
Yes, you noticed Silver Shield was not there.
How dare.
For the record, I do not like the threat of death any longer.
Did you
before?
Was that a previous thing that you enjoyed?
Well,
Yeah.
before it was kind of my jam, yeah, but no, not any longer.
okay. You're the juice box guy. I forgot.
Yes,
sorry.
the juice box guy.
Can I
Thank
be
you so
caught
much
up
for
in like 4 words or
remembering
less?
the highlights.
Smells like a juice box.
Quick, Merritt. Who are the other members of the Zephyr? I need to check if I didn't do a butterfly effect.
You need to know all of them?
Did Cal murder anyone?
No,
Cal-
like
How long
who's
were
in the
we
ship?
in that
Kirby's
room?
there, right? Kirby's there.
Okay,
Kirby's
it is
a part of
relevant,
the
it's okay.
Yes,
Sparrows.
Kuppy, Ivan, Kemra, myself, Diluk, Alza, Muriel, Winks, Grey Whiskers.
Black Whiskers gone! Oh no! Butterfly affected Black Whiskers! Oh no!
He's
done, Cal?
calling himself Grey Whiskers.
Oh.
He used to be Black Whiskers.
Oh, that's adorable. He's Gray Whiskers now.
Whew. All right.
Okay.
I was afraid that like change past making some events that didn't lead to the Sparrows this would have sucked, you know. It's,
Wait,
Does
you're
the
saying that what
name-
has occurred has changed the events?
No, he's
no,
asking
no,
you
it's-
things.
You
Yeah.
see
So
Merritt's
like
face
force
go
his
like
body?
pale.
Cal, you broke him.
what happened, Merritt? You're Merritt, right? You're not someone else that looks like Merritt.
I
Someone
may
else
have
who-
murdered someone from my history.
Who?
Is it like an important person, or like
Yeah.
is it like, you know?
It's not like your father or anything, because that would
It was... Yes.
really. It was your. I got it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Was your father in their deathbed, making it not really that important that they died?
Oh, shortly died thereafter anyway.
He
right?
was the one that originally trained me and made me who I am today, a murderer, before I calmed myself.
Okay. Well,
We are learning
sounds
some
like a dick.
very uncomfortable.
Sounds like a dick, but did you murder him after he trained you or before?
He...
Wait, though, but if you remember the timeline, your memories, and you remember your dad training you, even if it was before you were training, you still got trained, right? So then it would create a temporal anomaly, right? Where's
It's Arch Cal
I
in the
mean,
face.
if it's before, I'm really happy you didn't go through all that trauma. I guess we just have
No,
to
but he
change your
still
position.
go through the trauma because he remembers it enough that he murdered his dad because of the trauma.
Oh, I guess you get the worst of both worlds in that case. That sucks.
Yes.
I feel like we could just solve this by having him fight someone really fast just to see if he remembers.
No, not
So-
to interrupt the sentiment, but
It's
I've got the strangest feeling in the world that our friends may be in danger. Should we not go try to find them?
What
Yes.
an original concept. Yes, I would like to go.
Yes, let's go. But Merritt, catch!
Go.
He catches it, whatever you threw at him.
I think you're good. I think you're good.
I don't seem...
Did your training involve many games of catch?
No, it's
He
reflexes.
murdered his dad,
It's
you
not-
dummy.
I
Gosh,
don't
it's easy to
feel
play
No,
catch with.
she's an
Come on,
awful
parents
bad
are-
news
any
all of a
different.
sudden.
I just feel a horrible sense of dread, and I must clear my mind.
Cal, stop making him feel dread.
Well, I didn't mean to. I didn't think he. I mean, I had the, you know.
Talk about sensitivity when you're talking to people.
I just want to be on the same page. Everyone felt like everyone had
Yeah.
like weird out of body experience? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we
Did
worked
everyone
away.
else get electrocuted a little bit?
Not that I remember.
No.
Interesting. That was just...
Um,
Okay, carry on.
I'm glad I did not kill those kids, thinking they were not real.
I'm sorry, you were killing children?
No,
No, he
no,
didn't.
did not kill.
He just pulled a gun on them.
We return to the other two that are standing down there, facing an army of weird automatons real quick. Era, you're up. You know you have
Don't-
2 more rounds after this one before you'll snap back.
Sure do. All right. No. I'm going to be really distracting, and then I'm gonna go away. But you should be fine. Our friends are, if I remember correctly, they worry a lot, so I'm sure they're already like really close to us, or maybe they're dead because they got eaten by the worm. You never know. It's a flip of a coin. So I'm just going to run up. Just from the looks of them, they don't seem like hyper intelligent to me. Just at a glance. So I will just kind of run to the side here.
There's a massive hole between you in that spot.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was just like
That's the hole.
burnt floor. Okay, got it. Okay, then I will
Burnt
go.
floor.
Yeah, I thought
Burnt
you know.
floor.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a big scorch mark, like something.
So,
blew up.
I
I
can
will
see that.
describe it for you. A massive hole in the floor here has a miasma thick as soup floating just above the edges of the damage. Huge hole in the ceiling has magma dripping down the edges into the hole, although you are certain that the damages have come from long before the near heat death of this world. The explosion and resulting crater above this room seemed like a powerful weapon was used here at some point. Maybe a bomb or something similar dropped from above. Might be possible to drop down below if you wish, but that's where you just came from. Technically, Nohu could attempt to continue flying upwards, but there is the occasional drip of magma. If it lands upon your wings, it'll make you too heavy to fly, but you could try to do that to leave if you wish. I would put you back out on the surface of the world, though, and out of this facility.
Alright.
So, Era, you rush over to the corner, kind of off to the side. You see the
I have a
creatures
question.
kind of like turn and watch you.
Does my arm look like the same kind of arms that these things have?
The one inside of your bag? Yes,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
Okay. This will either piss him off or distract him, but I'm gonna just like take I'll do the thing where I like pull my arm into my sleeve and kind of hold onto the arm with my arm inside my sleeve, so it looks like it's my arm, and like wave at them and like give myself a thumbs up and like just kind of wave them off.
Give me a charming roll as you attempt to fake
yeah.
being one of them.
Yeah. Charming. I'm so charming.
And the enemies will now roll just to see if they recognize you as food. 2 of them at the front just turn and face no. The rest of them, however, don't seem to care.
Great. Incredible. The fact that it even worked a little bit is ridiculous. But yeah, that's me.
No.
Oh, that does count as a success, technically.
That is
right?
a
'Cause
success. Yes, that is a
Great.
success.
I love that for me. Okay.
No, you are up next. What are you doing?
Thinking. Getting rid of them, going away. Oh, making them go away. Good idea, Era. And I'll shoot at them, and I'll use my ability with my PDO to fire a shot that can reverse on impact and bring whatever it contains back to you. And I'm going to use a charge of chaos to make it an area of effect so that it can bring as much of or as many of those creatures as possible right into the hole.
So you have to go over top of the hole to do that. So you'll have
Well,
to move there.
I'll move. I'll fly my
Right.
wings, flap, flap, flap.
So you're going to fly over the hole, and then you're going to fire your weapon. One application of chaos will get 2 enemies. 2 applications of chaos could reach all of these if they don't jump
Oh,
aside.
isn't there just the new ruling that there's only one application of chaos?
No, you still have up to 3, but it only costs 1 overload from now on instead of 3.
So I can use 2 applications and still just use 1 overload?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make it 2.
Okay, so 2 applications have been used. Give me a magical roll, get higher than a 10 to avoid chaos in this circumstance.
You know it, and I'm assuming this is a very bad idea, silly idea, so I'll use my bonifications,
Spending
micro
chaos,
roll.
yes, could absolutely be a bad idea. That is a critical failure.
But do I really feel like a failure at this moment? I don't think Nohu's a failure right now.
Aces have been used.
I think Nohu is a
That's
success.
still, that is still a chaos effect with a 2.
Not that big of a chaos, really.
There's
We're
another
trying-
ace
we're
coming
trying to
out.
feel right. We're trying to feel happy,
That is a 10, which is
but that's
unfortunately
still a chaos.
And you do have an ace from the wonderful
McSherry and Last Coffee Bean have both given. Well, no, Last Coffee Bean gave you a +1. McSherry gave you an ace.
All right, and ace, and a +1. So let's keep rolling.
And that time you have
That's better.
succeeded with a 20, as suddenly you are able to pull these, but I have to see if any of them are able to get out of the way. They will now be making a roll and trying to beat. Let's see, that would be 8. So there's 5 of them. Do any escape the wrath of you? 2 of them do. The 2 at the back are just able to move backwards as the well of energy pulls the other ones forward. And then 3 of them drop down the hole. And then the last one. Suddenly they just draw across the distance and fall. You don't know if they're dead, but they're not here.
Well, they're falling. I know how much I had to fly above, so at least I'll know that they had to suffer that much of fall damage.
You hear loud crunches coming from down below.
Oh yeah.
All right, and that's Nohu's turn. And now they go. The 2 rush into the room. Seeing Nohu above the chamber, they are unable to reach effectively. So they both turn on Era. Rushing forward, you see large clawed feet and hands with a big scything blade slice at you. So 2 attacks coming in your direction.
Yeah.
The first one gets a 10 to hit you. The second one gets a 20 to hit you.
I think I might try a little endurance virtue here for the first defense roll.
What are you struggling through? What are you dealing
Well,
with right now?
Because my idea is to like take aggro until I just disappear, right? So just to, take the hits because I know I will just be gone soon and not in danger hopefully anymore anyway. So I'm trying to just endure.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
Hey, all right.
This is just for the first attack. You got to beat a 10. You beat the first one, so you dodge aside, kind of like this echo, this after image of you getting sliced through, but you don't get hit. The next one comes in. Give us another roll at your defense.
Yes. So I need a nat 20 to succeed on this one. So
You got hit by that one.
I'm getting hit.
Blade comes in, strikes you across the right leg, and it does 1d12 plus 4 damage. 10 points of damage is going to hit you.
Great. love it.
They're so
I'm just
tiny.
gonna take it all.
You take it all. Big
Yeah.
old slash. Era goes, ah! Kind of stumbles back from the pain. The next round begins, and we'll go back to our other friends just to see where they're at. Returning to the other chamber, we see you all still gabbing with one another as everybody's walked inside, and Merritt has gotten kind of freaked out. So where do you go from here?
I'll give Merritt a hug and just be like, "Hey, cheer up, buddy. I'm sure everything's fine."
Yeah, fine. It's fine. So, moving further within, the hallway continues further into the compound. There are visible scratches and scrapes seen on the walls and floor an inch or two across, and shallow enough to know that they weren't necessarily intentional. Something with clawed feet that were hard enough to scratch stone just while walking seems to have traveled through here.
Okay.
As you travel beyond, you find yourself in a new map area. As everybody moves together, we'll put you on the map where you are at. One moment. Birch, Merritt, Cal, Nova, Aiden. And Party Vision is on.
Actually, Merritt, I'm pretty sure that was not real. That was like fake because it was a vision. Because if it were real, I wouldn't be right here right now. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I probably, the advice I gave myself would have killed me. So I'm here. So it's probably not real. So don't worry about it, mate. Yeah.
As you walk down through this narrow staircase that kind of leads further into the compound, stepping down to this section of the facility, much of the roof is damaged here, and a mixture of light and toxic gases seem to have made their way inside. You can see bullet casings found at the edge of the hallway. Bodies of strange half-folk, half-robotic creatures are scattered around, damaged. It looks like Mama McCree has been here and has murdered a few chimera on the way.
Right, she did.
So it is Nova's turn. And you get to choose where to go and how fast. Off to your north and south, there are two large statues there of some sort of religious figures standing in repose, keeping an eye over everyone nearby. You notice that their eyes seem to move.
Do you guys getting that feeling like those statues are watching you? You know what I mean? Just me?
I mean, I feel like that happens a lot with the kind of places we go to. You know.
I mean, but like, it's okay, fine. If you don't, maybe
Does it look like it's watching me as I do fast moves?
As you do fast moves back and forth, you could swear you see the eyeballs just kind of tracing where you're going.
See? Are they tracing where he's going or where I'm going?
Wherever.
I'm gonna move in the opposite direction of
Yeah,
where
let's
Cal
do it.
is going.
All right, you go there, I go here.
I like
It
to
does
also
appear-
imagine, though, that you'll both try and move back and hit each other in the head.
Smack.
Yes, exactly.
Smack right into each other.
Well, I wouldn't hit his head because he's like 3 feet taller than me, so it'd probably just be like his chest.
Ram
Oh,
into
yeah.
his chest or his shoulder or something.
So where was it looking?
It seemed to be following both of you.
How? I was in the other end.
Okay, whatever it is, it's just, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
You can just cover its eyes.
But it's really far up there, and I don't know.
You,
Maybe we should just
Throw
what?
something at it.
you got a problem, bro? Huh? What you looking at? Huh? You got something to
Don't
say?
antagonize the picture things.
It's rude to stay, you know.
He's
got-
right, but still.
Perv.
So-
You're like that dragon I met years ago who always kept watching me.
You and your pervy dragon stories. I just feel like there was more to it than that, Cal.
He kept watching us. It was weird.
It's
So
true.
Nova, what do you do from here?
Is there like a go this way, kids
No.
sign?
I mean, you can try to track her if you want to use toughness to do a tracking roll.
Tough to track. Tough Nova. Let's see. Nova tough. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to track my mom
All right, you attempt to track your mother.
using tough, which is a weird thing to use.
Tough
but
is
you're
the
DM.
survival. Is the survival
Oh
stuff.
no! What
7's
happened
not good
there?
enough. But you have like 20 million aces, so there you go. 19. Your mother seems to have traveled off to the east, down on that road. You can see a couple of places that were some displaced rocks and stones and bullet casings and things along the way.
Good thing Mom's messy.
She is when she's in a hurry and fighting things.
East. When you guys want to go east, it's where my mom went. Our mom. It's weird to say our mom because it leads
I
to
know.
weird conversations.
It's weird, but you know.
I mean, it's true.
It is objectively confusing from the outside.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel.
I mean, didn't you just find out what, like, you know, it's just mother concept is since you just started existing?
Yeah,
like,
and
an
I
hour
learned
ago?
enough to know that that's really creepy.
I mean,
Merritt, standing
she's
off to the
not
side,
wrong.
goes, "You could just call her Archon McCree."
She would hate that.
You know, I grew up not knowing her, so I call her,
Just call her Alice, I guess.
Alice. Yeah,
I
Alice.
mean, you could call her Mom. She was like surrogated and part of your life and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
obvious
mean-
we're not related. You're green
Mom-
and tall and handsome, and I
Alice.
am an elf. So,
I mean, you know, yeah, that's true. You're beautiful and elfy and have wings.
We
and
just
that's
get
weird.
yelled at that we weren't going fast enough to find our friends.
Yeah.
Yelling at us more time.
You know what? That's true.
I gave
I was just gonna say, you know, my parents were really my dad's, so but
All I'm saying is anytime I wish to talk, I get yelled at that we're not going fast enough, but we can stand here and let you talk about your mommy issues. So maybe we should move.
But when you say anytime, you're talking about 3 times because you had a conversation like 3 or 4 times. So
And we'll trade scenes real quick to go back to the ones that are fighting in the middle of combat at this moment.
I pointed.
You pointed and you had conversation with everybody. Era, it's your turn.
All right.
You have
Well-
two of these chimera on top of you all at once.
Yeah. Now I'm a little shaky. What's the? Because I know you can just take like a defensive action, right?
Yeah, full
you just
defense
kind of-
is when you just try to protect yourself the whole time.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of like do like a little kind of like karate pose, but then it's actually just like a little bit of a half cower, half trying to stay like a small target.
Okay, so you're aware that one more turn is about as long as you feel like you should be here, and then you'll zip right back to where you were at before.
So I just need to not die until then. And so if I remember correctly, is that I don't get the like minuses after
Yes,
multiple attacks?
you'll have plus 4 to your defense
Plus
stat
4.
and no minuses to defenses taken.
Perfection.
And
All right.
no, you're up. You're over top of the chasm. You have dropped a few of these individuals down below. You can hear screeching coming from Mama Beastie down there, and you can see 2 creatures like just railing at Era, trying to tear him apart.
I'll go right in and save him. Shrub.
Boom! You fly over the distance, heading in close.
Once attack with my PDO, my claw attack.
Give me an attack roll. The opponent tries to defend itself, getting a critical failure. Your choice. Do you wish to do quadruple damage? Or do you recognize a fatal flaw in the creation of this particular model, allowing you to gain additional 1d8 damage on attacks against all of this particular type?
This particular type, it wouldn't count against the boss, correct?
Correct. Just this model.
I'll go for quadruple damage.
All right, so times 4 damage. Give us a roll, and let's see what you do. Your strike hits it right in the chest at this range. 13 damage times 4 is 40, 52 damage. Suddenly smashing into this thing. You see it just shatter and shimmy. Bits and pieces of it break off, but it's still standing.
Oh, it's a toughie. All right. I already had my movement and my attack, so that's actions.
And that's it. It's their turn. Getting hit so hard, the thing turns around and then tries to clock you with its claw, or with its blade. So a blade comes towards your chest. Whoosh. You just float backwards out of the way, and it slices and misses. The one in front of Era then turns and stabs at you. Era, give me an aware roll.
Yeah, for sure. Huh.
You were unaware. 2 attacks come in
I agree.
that you hadn't been recognizing as it strikes in with the bladed arm. One leg down below, a smaller one, stabs forward with a needle attached to it, trying to fill you with some sort of strange fluid. The first attack is at a 19. The second attack is at a 17. 21, you dodge the first, but you get struck by the second.
The second one is the needles
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, I don't really. +2 isn't gonna make a difference there, is it?
+2?
Yeah. On the second one?
No, you need to get a 17 or higher.
Okay. Well, then actually, what I'm gonna do is, for Moral Conquest, I get my 1 dispersal.
There's an ace
An
to
ace
Rob
to
from
Rob.
Evian!
Oh. Yay! Thank goodness. Okay.
Nat 20. Nice. Okay, with this nat 20 in this moment, do you realize a critical bit of information you hadn't been expecting? Or do you carry forward exceptional defense for the next 2 rounds without having to use full defense?
What's some of that? Give me the. Spill the tea.
All right, so you protect yourself. You're not harmed by this individual. It's then that you realize time isn't working right. You're not going to snap back. The band sensation is faded.
Oh. What? Again? No. Wait. What?
And the creature misses, and it goes back to the other crew on the other side of the room. So we now...
See you in 15 minutes.
Cal, your turn. What are you doing at this moment?
All right, let's go. No longer waste time. Can we hear anything besides going east?
Give me an aware roll. The loudest thing that happened was that major hit that came from Nohu. With a 16, you can't quite hear it. You do hear there's some sort of bang noise in the distance, but you're not sure where it came from.
You guys heard that?
Anybody else can roll an aware roll if they would like from the area, just to see if they heard it as well.
Oh yeah.
Nova with a 21. Merritt doesn't hear anything.
My elven ears did hear such the thing that
I'm
you
waiting
mentioned.
for Aiden. He also gets a roll too, right?
Aiden, why are you not rolling?
Aiden almost critically failed. Didn't hear it.
Very unaware.
Yes.
You're
Nova,
paying
you
attention
heard
to your sweet new suit that you've got.
you heard a smash noise somewhere in this direction, just north of wherever you're at. There's an alleyway over here. It seems to lead up in that direction. Or another hallway rather.
Immediately gonna start running there in order to
You
take
don't
advantage
see
of
it,
my
hear
snap
it.
decision.
Nova did.
Oh, fine. Yes, did anyone hear that? We'll like to share with
Not if
us.
you're gonna go running towards it willy nilly.
No one knows that.
So, I did. I heard a smashing sound in that direction, up north.
Oh, running.
Grab, probably fail, and then go along. Cause
I need to do snap decisions. It works for the character. Get
it doesn't
aces.
mean, I mean, you don't have.
your
No one's
snap
gonna tell you
decision-
not to. You don't gotta listen.
Anyway, so Cal, where do you go? It is your turn. You still have to make a choice in which direction you head. You didn't hear where that sound came from, just somewhere inside the building. You
I
do
said
know that
up
Alice
north.
went running to the right. This is if he's gonna make a snap decision, it has to be before he listens to you.
I mean, I didn't say
Hey,
anything.
I need to hear something. Right? Yeah, I need to get information to make a snap decision about the information.
Well, it wouldn't be on this turn. It'd be on the next turn, though.
Fine.
What do I do?
I'm running towards there to see what happens. Oh, do I hear anything there?
As you're standing there, give me an aware roll. If you're going to use your action to listen, sure.
I heard it was north, so I just go.
You turn and begin running up to the north. As you come around the corner,
Well,
where'd he go?
well, this sucks. Right or left? They're both now north.
You see a defense robot standing here.
Shit. Does it see me?
Let's see. Yep. You see the red light blink on and the blades start heating up as it starts marching towards you.
The door. The door.
You're no, she's speaking like
That doesn't do anything. And that was Cal's turn. It is now Nova's turn. Ruby Hart, thank you for the raid.
Hi, Ruby. I don't know. I'm frustrated because Cal ran away up the thing there, and then because Birch and Aiden are back here, and Mom went the other direction, and then Cal just ran towards the danger sound, so I'm conflicted. I guess my priority. I will go after Cal.
All right, so you go running. Go for it.
I can't see that map because when you put it up originally, it was just black. So I'm looking at it on Twitch.
You can't
So
see it. It's still not showing up for you.
It was just a black screen, and then I think I got lost. There it is. Okay, so I'm just running. Let's see. So I guess that'd be both my moves.
Yeah, there you go. So there's one move.
Cal, what are you? Oh shit! It's a
You
robot.
go rushing after Cal, and that is Nova's turn. Aiden, you're up.
I guess they're all rushing off. I focus in on life magic, and I scan both directions to see who's over there.
Give me a magical roll as you focus. Now spend one overload if you want to actually use magic to do it.
I will do it.
Suddenly you find that the life magic has tangled your tongue, and you now have to speak in rhymes, by the way, Stephen, according to our audience.
Oh, fun!
So Aiden's character has something occur in the magic that twists your mind and your tongue, but you feel the sensation of that strange kobold and the weird timeless one north of you somewhere, as well as a host of sort of living things.
I will follow the rest of the group.
Okay. So you can move about that far, and that's all you got left because you used the other action to use your senses. Merritt and Birch just kind of follow closely next to you.
Oh my.
And Era, we're back. Suddenly, the end of your spell should have happened, and there's a sensation like a string on a balloon snapping, and the balloon going away without it. And you're on the string, and you should be part of that balloon. You don't know what that feeling is, but you're here.
What? I don't. Time. Like looking around, expecting some kind of something to apologize, I guess.
That is strange. Your eternal nearby, like your patron goes, that was very strange.
Yeah. What gives?
Are we supposed to be speaking in rhyme?
I don't know.
There was a
No,
redemption.
it's
Aiden-
just for
Aiden
the
is.
one that it hit. Aiden is the
Oh.
one that has to speak in rhyme.
If only Aiden was here, we could have a long conversation about what this meant. Well, so this is gonna shock everyone, but my tiny goblin, who's got a tenuous grasp on reality, is an amazing combatant. So I would just like to assist Nohu. Can I just make some rolls to make what Nohu does to these things easier?
So using space magic, you could increase the impact that Nohu is taking by using It Must Have Slipped on their weapon as they're striking.
I don't have it. My head must have slipped. I'm not. I'm not that kind of time.
Oh, you are. Yeah, but you could
yeah.
still use that type of thing with time.
Yeah,
you could
I
speed
use
it up
time.
using. Yeah. Forgot. You're not a mage. You're
No, I'm not a mage. Just weird. Yeah. I can try that. I'll try that. Yeah. I'll try and do a little bit of the opposite of what I did to the big fucker downstairs, and
so you can
speed up.
use your cover abilities to enhance that for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Over to Nohu. Nohu, Era looks at you and is just like, do something.
All right.
You swing once more.
Swing once more.
Give us an attack roll. The opponent tries to defend themselves and gets a 14 versus your 18. You're going to strike. So at this point, Era, you could enhance the attack using time magic. You can make the swing faster, that kind of thing. How do you want to do that?
The way I imagine it almost is just for a second, in another timeline, know who swings at this thing and their weapon disappears and just like whiffs past. But here, like two know who weapons hit simultaneously, as one kind of pops in and pops back out.
All right, so if you would like to just have something similar to that occur, just spend your overload roll magical, and we'll see how successful you are. If you want to actually increase the amount of damage even further, you could dip into chaos if you have the ability. Like,
yeah,
if you don't,
I would love to. I'll dip into a point of chaos. Let's do it.
Give us that magical roll. Critical failure.
Well, the wonderful audience did give me 1A, so if it was not a critical failure, I would take the chaos, but...
There you go, 19. Suddenly, Nohu, as you swing, you see your own arm appear next to your other arm, holding your same attack, and the two of them come in at once, so give me double the damage on your roll. Give me double damage on the roll. You already hit. Go for it.
All right.
And just like, I also, while this happens, sorry, Nohu, but you're welcome.
So there's a total of 21 damage that comes in. Bing, bing! And this time, this thing crumbles to the ground, crushed under the weight of multiple furious blows. Nohu, you have one action remaining.
Crash Lash! Oh, question. This attack and the previous one, which was an critical, is the Era's ability still working at this point, or did that disappear, the one that gave you one of the benefits?
Oh, his aura? His aura is still effective currently, yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I can still benefit from that from before, and from this one, I'll reduce my overload.
All right, one overload down, and that's what you can do for this round. You have one standard action remaining. You're a little out of reach of the other opponent at the moment, but what do you want to do?
I'll go over to flank it.
You move over behind him. All right. The
I'll
creature...
start rolling. Grrr, you're next.
The creature is single-mindedly still attacking Era. So, Era, this time you see that blade on the arm starts spinning around, and then it slashes faster as it uses a special attack on you, moving very, very quickly. It gets a 14 to your 18. You're able to duck underneath of it. It's just kind of, as the blade comes by, it just shears into the stone behind you. You can hear a loud screeching noise and see the stone get white hot behind you as it pulls back.
Yeah, and I just need to be on. Era's not like heroic. He's literally like, please no. Just like, oh god, no, please.
Oh god, no, god, ah!
Fleeing
then
from...
A robot marches down the hallway, one of the ones that you'd fought before, and swings at Cal with another big arm that is starting to glow as well. Whoosh.
Can I duck?
You can. Give me a defense roll. It has a 14 to strike you. Critical
Why
failure.
do I keep getting that once today?
I think the dice are telling you something.
Oh. I will not take that.
16. No, you dodge aside. The thing just, whoosh, as you like lift your arms up and do one of those belly backward kind of jump away things where you don't get blasted by this thing. It swings past and just the sword buries into the wall slightly, Then it pulls back out. And it is now Nova's turn. Nova, there's another one of those robots.
But it's shooting at Cal.
Yes.
Get behind me! I got a trick.
Okay. I will get behind him, which is not even really too much of an action. Right? Sidestep, swipe.
Sidestep. One square, you could do a sidestep, but you're not quite in that range, so you have
Just
to actually
run that direction, or I'm distracted.
Which direction are you pointing, Cal?
Right of me, which I believe is south of here or something. The other direction,
down
you know.
this way.
That way, behind you, from like that.
Yes.
Okay. This doesn't help Shannon because we're kind of in a 360-degree gray area as far as
What can I be
where
facing
this
right
leads.
now? What can I be facing right now? The robot.
The
Therefore, my right is there.
Okay. I don't
All
know.
right.
I don't know my left from my right in the best of times. To
So
be
Nova,
honest.
you move behind Cal, and what do you do now?
I'm going to I don't Are there any internals around here?
Not that you can feel. This place seems to be warded off against magic.
Wait, my uncle, my not 20 said my uncle can come whenever. Is my uncle here? Uncle, come here.
He's not. I said you could communicate with him whenever. You have a tether like a phone to him.
True.
He can't come in this building.
Shows how much you love me, uncle.
Wow. These are red flags, Cal.
Not even gonna make the trip. Wow.
So
Just
rude.
ghost, but no.
I'm trying to think of a way that I could help Cal, but I don't really have anything. Oh! I know what I could do. Wanted me to get behind. No, I won't do that yet. I don't have anything I can do. So I'm just going to stand behind him and give him positive words of encouragement and say, do the thing. Don't let us die.
Do the thing, don't let us die, and you're saving your action for now. All right, Cal, you're
Well,
up.
yeah. What am I going to do?
What do you got?
I'm going to do how are you? Use that ability.
How are you?
and gonna like find like reach down, get a rock, and go door, and throw the rock to the other direction for it to look that direction, and then like, do I have to roll for that?
Nope. So you
All
toss
right.
it aside, and the robot just kind of.
It is canon
Makes
that
a weird
Nova
noise.
shakes her head.
But it works. With the ability, it works, right? It looks up that direction.
It
just
looks
gets
in the other
free
direction.
distraction.
Holy shit.
And then I grab Nova and start running the other direction.
Woo!
The two of you rush away, hoping to not be seen by this creature as you go, or this robot as you go around the corner.
Oh,
And,
actually, no.
out
I'm
of-
gonna
out of
throw the
sight.
rock. I'm gonna throw the rock into the other hallway, so it'll think we went that way after the distraction.
Back towards your other crew.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
All right. So you throw it down the hall. Aiden, you're there. You got Birch. You got Merritt. Where are you headed right now?
Well, I will peek around this corner, and can I see that robot?
You can
Yes.
see, yes, the robot down the end of the hall.
Would you look at that? Well, instead of trying to just skirt around it,
What do you say to it?
yeah, what do I say to it? I don't. I am going to unleash a rune of energy upon it.
So what does that look like? You're drawing the energy directly from Abraxas. So
Literally just see black wisps of necrosis and disgusting distortion of the air around him as he forms it into a bolt in front of him and blasts a laser into its head. Hopefully its head.
give me your
There's
attack roll.
of chant with it, right? Something like a spell chant or something.
8.
Something that
Yeah.
rhymes, perhaps?
It worked.
The opponent gets a 12 to resist. You hit.
You are sly, but now you die.
There you go.
That was an
There's
off
the
rhyme
rhyme.
at best.
Hey, off rhymes count as
You
rhymes.
stop it! It rhymes.
All right,
It's not freeform jazz, okay? It needs to have some sort of.
Ah!
give us your damage roll.
Is it only
And
3?
17 points of damage is coming out. Do you want to keep that or you want to ace it?
We're getting close to the end of the episode. I'm acing the damn thing.
All right, acing the damage and gonna reroll.
One more time.
Could
Huh?
be significant. Holy shit! 40 damage, max damage. This opponent is not resistant to necrotic energies, and as you blast it, you see the arms kind of bend in and fall off, and the robot is just destroyed in one shot.
Cal, how did you do that?
Pathway's clear. This way.
I mean, it was a
Never
group
cease to-
effort. You know, I saw the other one, distraction. Boom! It's all a team effort. You know, I can't get the credit all for myself. You know?
You're so humble.
Everybody continues down the hallway. Merritt looks approvingly. Era, we're back to you. One more creature left in front of you.
Yes, I like this hallway. Go.
All right. You know, I know who you've inspired me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stand up for myself, and I'll pull out what is like a couple steps above a steak knife, which is my only functional weapon, a small dagger, and I'll take a lunge.
You lunge forward with all your might with a little dagger. The opponent defends, getting a 13. You get a 10.
Yeah, this makes sense because definitely no Era had like kind of eye closed, like wasn't like fully looking as like lunged forward.
Do you want to have your hand guided by your patron?
No,
All right.
It's not something they would guide.
Do you lunge
I
in,
don't-
and there's just like a scrape as it squeals across some of
Did
the
I do
metal
it?
of a leg.
Oh, I didn't do it.
You have one action remaining.
Can I? Seeing that didn't go well, can I? You know what? I'm gonna pull out my small lug and try and just knock it off balance.
You just try to trip it, or just to send it a little off balance?
Unreliable.
All right, log comes out. You swing it like a bat. Give me an attack roll with agile. The opponent this time, second attack coming at it, now gets an 11 to your net 20. All right, Era, two choices. One, do we find that your character is gifted with the use of improvised weaponry, giving you the ability to use them as weapons in the future? Or did you just knock this thing on its butt and cause it to be downed?
No, I've gotta be good at using improvised weaponry. That's too good. That's
All right.
too good.
So improvised weaponry, go ahead and put that on your sheet. Now gives you +2 to accuracy and 1d6 damage for all improvised weapons to start. So suddenly you swing this thing in, and you strike. You cause it to drop to a little bit of damage, causing it to have a distraction. And go ahead and roll your attack roll. So d6 plus your strong.
Is that minused by my -2 strong?
Yes, it is. So you do
Okay,
4 points of
4.
damage. Bang! And you caused a bit of a distraction there. Good job. That will still actually
And
give you the
stay
+2.
down.
I'll actually give you the +2 for the improvised weapon bonus as well. You get +2 to all rolls, including damage with that. So it would be a d6 +2 marked down to 0. So it'd just be 6 straight.
Yeah. So it just cancels out my
Yep.
terrible strength.
So
That's
you just hit it straight up, bang, and it is now Nohu's turn. The opponent facing off against him kind of staggers and moves around a little bit, thrown off balance. It is now at -5 to a defense roll, if you wish to make an attack.
All right. Well, seeing the defenseless position, it seems to be, I'll use a aim attack to strike right at its head.
All right, aimed
This-
attack is at -4 to your roll, and go ahead and make your attack.
Right. -4, but I have a +1 for having Era so close, so it's just a -3. Hooah!
And you strike, hitting it right between the lobes of the skull and the backside. Give us your damage roll and double it.
Oh no, you hit its lobes.
You hit it
Yeah,
between the
it didn't
lobes.
didn't mark the -3 for some reason, but I
It's
still
okay.
hit, right?
Yeah, I've been noticing that the modification
19.
roll seems to be having some problems with some of these rolls.
Right. So it's a normal damage, right?
Yes. Bang! 22 points of damage. You hear a crack noise, and the thing is injured. You see, like, some sort of brain fluid starting to drip out the back of its skull in this old kind of rotty with black tar type stuff attached to it. Not great.
I'll lick it
Black
after I'm
tar.
done with you.
I'll lick it after I'm done with you. The creature now goes. Disconcerted, distracted, and damaged, it spins around in a lazy attempt to slice at Nohu, swinging an arm wide. It gets a 12 to strike you, Nohu.
All right. Defense. Oh, he's here.
And you're able to get out of the way pretty easily. The thing is obviously not performing at optimal capability. Nova, you're up.
Question. Small question. My
Yes.
reflexive action to use a counterattack, is that available after defending, or do I
Yes,
have to take the hit?
If you successfully defend, you can counterattack.
I would like to try and counterattack.
All right, give us another attack roll. The opponent gets a 10 versus your 14. You are hitting it. Go ahead and roll for damage. Bing! Another 8 points of damage come out. You see this thing seriously damaged. Not dead, but close to it.
Also, because I don't know if you already took it. Don't forget you get a bonus, either a +2 to next roll, a bonus HP, or a overload.
Yeah, I'm taking down my overload at the moment.
Great. Once per round.
Nova,
But
it
yeah.
is now your turn. You hear the sound of metal being slammed, and you hear Era's voice yelling, "Take that!"
Oh! Oh my gosh, you guys! Aiden!
Yes.
And Birch and what's the other guy's name?
Cow.
Oh, Cal! I remember your name.
Merritt.
Someone's touchy.
No, this is Era.
That's like a
No,
like an
this
emo
is
thing. My name is Cal.
Era.
Era! No, they're over here.
I'm at Cal now.
Okay, I don't know why that was so funny. They're up here.
Yes.
Era and Nohu. This way.
I know. I had to clear a robot first.
Now you have to finish
How
rhyming,
did you know
Aiden.
We just found out. Oh, you cleared the robot. Cal, he said he cleared.
Aiden,
the
you have to
robot.
finish your rhyme.
I
Something that
said,
rhymes with
I said it was a team
Oh.
effort. You know, I
You did.
just
It wasn't just a phobot.
What?
I mean, it was really, that's harkening back to previous, but it's you know what? That was C+.
All right, Nova,
Hold
where
on,
do
I
you
can't
where do you
hear.
go from there?
Okay, I can hear.
It is your turn still. You have 2 actions. What do you do with them? You shout it out and let people know that Era's
I
up ahead.
shout it out, and then I will grab Cal and run up the hallway.
All right, Cal, you run with her.
yeah.
Let's see. You can make it in 2 movement actions all the way up there. Both of you.
Presuming that Aiden has Birch and the name that I cannot remember.
Merit.
Merit.
On
By
his own merit.
He has lots of merits. Got it. Merit. Not Barrett. No, nor Sherrit, but Merit. Okay.
You didn't get cursed with rhyming.
I'm just trying to associate the name into my memory.
All right, so the 2 of you rush around the corner, and you can see some sort of weird robot thing amalgamation alive rather than dead. A whole bunch of moving legs and limbs and whatnot. Not great. And that is your action getting to there. Aiden, do you continue
Yeah.
traveling up the hallway after them?
That I do.
A few steps forward. Give me a magical roll, please, Aiden.
In my screen. Oh,
9's not great. Sorry.
mine is not great.
What is your
I will
virtue?
use my 1 reroll for a magical roll for this
You
episode.
can as an Aiden. Go ahead and reroll.
Yes. Yes, I can. All right.
Better. 18. Aiden, as you rush around the corner, you sense a huge amount of life somewhere beneath the surface below your feet that kind of sets the entire world shaking a little bit as a powerful earthquake starts rumbling through the area and then stops mysteriously moments later. Era, you feel the worm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the silly old worm again.
And with that, with everybody gathering together, with the final enemy very close to dead, we're going to end tonight's session. We will return next week to find out what happens next within this ancient facility full of creepy crawlies, robots, and who knows what else. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We're going to go around the table. We're going to say our goodbyes. Where can you find us? What are we up to type things? And why don't we give our thoughts on where the story might be going. That's what we're going to do tonight. And I'll roll at random to see who goes first. In this case, it's going to be Steven. Eldivan Devil, you're up first tonight.
Winning the lottery a lot lately. Hi everyone, I am Steven, also known as Eldivan Devil. You can catch me here every Thursday, depending on what of the other shows we are doing. And other than that, where do I think the story is going? Knowing you, who the hell knows? I think we're going to explore a lot more of this terrible fire planet Zephyr. And Zyther. And I think that we are going to discover some things that take us off-world because we have to go out in our pirate ship, right? And then some other shit will happen and go down, and maybe we'll find Sedna or know more about it. That's what I'm going with.
There we go.
Vague as possible.
That's an interesting, vague, prophetic statement made by someone who could
Like-
be interpreted in many other ways all at once.
Like newspaper astrology.
Exactly.
That's right.
We'll move on from there to Stratful. No, who? Oh, wait. Where can we find you, LDV Devil? Did you already do that?
You already did that.
You already,
did that.
okay, I'm tired.
Yeah, I did
We'll
that.
move on to Stratful now. Now it's your
Just
turn.
likes
Now,
the sound of your voice.
Limelight, go for it.
Now I can speak, and you can find me here, now, at this moment. Look at me! And every other Thursday, because this is the only thing I live for. Sadness. Anyway, you want to know where the story is going in my perspective? No, you don't want that. You want to know what Nohu thinks the story is going. And you know where Nohu is hoping to find is like some sort of like wig or a mob that he can use as a wig in order to pass himself as the boss's mother, make him understand that he's just been a great disappointment by just growling and scaring people, and that instead he should pursue his true love of singing and get into a rhyming competition with Aiden, that so the two of them can lure the giant worm into a sleep, and then the rest of the gang can, hatch up a trap, unmask the worm, and find that it was all Janitor Jenkins behind it all.
Oh, not Janitor Jenkins.
Would have gotten away with it too.
If it weren't for those meddling kobolds. We'll move on from there to Sinan and Captain Cal Ronan.
Hello everyone. My name is Sinan, playing Cal. So where we're waiting for this to end?
Give us any information you wish to share about yourself, and then where do you think the story's headed so far?
I mean, myself. My name is Sinan. I'm a. You can find me here on Thursdays playing this game. That's pretty much all the streaming I do. Other than that, I'm a film producer. I've got a couple of cool projects going on that I'm looking forward to letting people here know. You can follow me on Instagram, I guess. For once, I'm actually using social media, sort of, but not really. Or you can follow my film company, Cinegriffin Entertainment. I can put it there somewhere sometime later.
Cinegriffin Entertainment.
And I just hope we do some piracy. I don't know. We use the ship, and use the crew. I want to learn more about Kirby. He's the giant fucking hedgehog. Come on, that's like painfully huggable. And yeah, that's basically me.
Excellent. Well, we'll move on from there to Shannon and Star, Nova, whatever.
I also have a wig that No Who could use, but Mick Sherry called it, so that's fine. Mine's probably handier because you could just steal it, but that's I am here every Thursday. I am here doing this on Thursday, and then the beautimous, magnificent, fantastical Anna does the GMing of the game that we play, Monster
Misguided
Hearts,
Souls.
Misguided Souls, yes. So catch that on the off Thursdays. Apparently, it's coming to an end. I'm not sure I'm gonna allow that to happen. Just so.
Yeah, we just got to hell.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I think we should just wing it from. I mean, Anna's doing fantastic. She's rolling with the punches. I like it when she plays. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I like it when she plays my daddy. I can't. You know, can't not say it. I guess. I did that for you, Anna. Let's see. Other than that, yeah, let's see. I think probably I don't want to give you any ideas on where I think it's heading, Ty. I feel like this is a grasp.
I don't need ideas. No.
Because I have a feeling, I don't know. I just don't know how mean you're going to get involving my storyline because you tend to pull punches when it comes to me. But now my storyline is saddled with Cal, and you tend to not pull punches when it comes to Sinan. So I'm a little scared as far as what's going to happen. We're going to find like the mangled corpse of Alice McCree or something, and I'm going to have to like simulate her death croak or whatever, like on, and that will be the final burying of her ascot or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm that's all I'm saying. But it could be fine. I mean, it could be fine. I'm sure it's fine.
We'll see. We'll see. And Anna has stepped away, not feeling well. Will return next week, and of course is on Misguided Souls. Check out Sanctum Cosplays on Twitter, and follow them for some cool stuff as well. And we'll move from there to Rob and Era.
That's me. I'm Rob at Ruppy Rolling on Twitters and things. Not that you'll see much content there, so just if you want to see what I'm doing, you should just be in the Roll for Chaos Discord, where I'm much more active than anywhere else, social media wise. And as far as where this is going, looking forward, like Steven, there will be conflict and backstories will complicate our current plots now. Honestly, I'm just excited for what just happened to everyone to continue to happen to Era, and for Era to be confused why everyone's freaking out. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how much Ty decides to mess with Era's objective sense of reality, because he's been pretty nice so far, but we haven't gotten that far, so I'm excited.
Episode 3.
Yeah, and then if you want to see me do more stuff, speaking of objective reality, I don't know. You can see me running the Unremarkables this Saturday, our Masks the Next Generation game. We've had a moment of truth happen, and the plot is getting into it.
It's unremarkable. I mean, it is remarkable.
Yeah, but that's me.
And of course, I'm Not Even Star over on Twitter and Twitch. Check those out. I'm on YouTube as well. I do some streaming stuff every now and again. And of course, run this game and the one tomorrow night, which you should check out as well. Deviants. We're gonna see some space pirates as they rob.
Is
Delinquents.
The name of your show.
Not Deviants. Delinquents. Yes. It's late and I've been tired all day. Anyways, Delinquents tomorrow night at 6 Pacific Standard Time. Check that out. They are in the process of stealing a bunch of stuff from a bunch of rich people. We'll just put it at that. And maybe that have some secret DAD agents involved. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've had a great evening. And we hope to see you again next time here on Roll for Chaos. Good night.